Nope. Shut up, Lucas. Nobody cares about you. Good day to you. Hello. Hello, hello. We put on the sound again. There we go. Maybe lower it a wee bit. Okay. Yeah, I saw. Okay. So, we are finally back with a True Colors. So, as a little catch-up thing, not mastered catch-up, we have in our playthrough previously in part 1, we found 3 new co-workers for our job. We bonded with one of them and, went on a date or two, and then they came home with us. And yeah, it all went downhill from there. So, our main character is like a psycho, really. We tried to imprison her in our apartment and, try to be with them forever. And, since we had this tragic backstory of, everyone leaving one and, we are stalker and whatever. So there's a lot of shit going on, and it ended up being we talked it out with Ash. And they left. Then we went to sleep, I guess. And that's where we're at right now. This is this awkward situation after we assaulted them. We are just, I don't know, going to work again the next day or something. Yeah, totally healthy person. Both of them. Main character and Ash. Frankly. So, I am very interested to see where this goes, and we are not gonna wait any longer. ... Everything feels so strange. We've been back at work for a couple of days now. As I predicted, Ash hasn't really talked to me much. They only interact with me when our work makes it absolutely necessary. I know they said they needed space to figure out their feelings. And I totally understand their wish for distance, but it hurts so bad. Dude. I'm not gonna... You know what? Whatever. Let's see where this goes. I was worried our co-workers would notice that we weren't as close anymore and force us into an awkward false explanation. Thankfully, they haven't brought it up. I think it's because they know Ash as a shy person anyway. It just put it down to them being quiet. To be honest, I'm still shocked that Ash did not call the police on me after all. They were so shaken by what I did. I wouldn't have blamed them if they had changed their mind and reported the incident. I'd half expected to arrive at work on Monday to a cop waiting at my desk. I guess they really haven't told anyone about it. I am so grateful, although I feel like I probably don't deserve such kindness, now that I've thought long and hard about everything I did. I've been on this train for a while now. I'm more than halfway home. I've spent the whole journey lost in a reverie. Oh, you don't, you weirdo. The events of that horrible night are playing on loop in my head, like a waking nightmare. I wish so badly that we could turn back time. The date that Ash and I had enjoyed, before I unleashed hell upon them, was wonderful. Bless Ash, get them out of that job though. Yeah, I agree, Jules. We laughed, we kissed, we committed to each other. I want that back so much, and yet I know I cannot have it. I ruined everything with my desperation. That's what it was, wasn't it? An obsessive need to secure love that would never betray me. That's what all of this is about. Considering my own past properly, I realize now that my parents are the reason I'm like this. Okay. Okay, keep going. They made me feel so insignificant that I turned to romance to get my share of love, to feel validated. I can admit that that's true. You just made some food? Yeah, okay. Enjoy your food then. But the way I've treated people. I always felt like my actions were justified, like my partners deserved the way I manipulated them. There was just too much danger of them losing interest and ditching me, leaving me without the love I craved. Almost like it was my right to be able to treat them like that. I'd been made to feel like nothing by my parents. As a result, I deserved to be able to again and keep love in whatever way I saw fit. I'm a victim, not a villain. Okay. Yeah, okay. But Ash sees that very differently. Hey Lucas, how is Overwatch 2, mate? Happy Friday. Yeah, we definitely need to get locked away. Like, best case scenario, main character gets locked away, Ash gets their piece. Eventually, after, you know, a lot of time and a lot of, you know, therapy, I guess. Like, imagine. Ash opens up for the first time after the big issue they had. And then, you know, this happens. Like, what the fuck? What do you think happens within the brain of a person like this? Like, come on. This is so... whatever. I'm really good today, Lucas. Thank you for asking. How are you? Fried spaghetti with scrambled egg. I cannot see eggs anymore. Sorry. But Lucas will likely dig in. They accept that I've been hurt, but they see my actions as toxic, rather than the appropriate reactions of someone who's been wronged. Are they right? I could argue against it as much as I want, but there's one piece of evidence staring me in the face that proves my guilt. I drove them away. With my other relationships, I could imagine that some things were the other person's fault. With Ash, what happened is crystal clear. A genuine romance was blooming between us, and then I took what measures I thought were necessary, and it horrified them. I can't pin off arguing or blurred lines throw blame on that one. It was entirely my actions that lost me their affection. I guess perhaps they might be right. Have I been seeing things all wrong all this time? It is hard to think about. This perspective is all I know. The more I question everything about myself, the worse I feel. It's almost like my own brain has been lying to me about who I am. And now that the mask has been ripped off, I cannot stand what I see. Am I beyond saving? Or could I manage to do as Ash has done, and harness my trauma for good, rather than bad? I felt so hurt on their behalf, when they told me how the stupid ex treated them. I hate that he made them feel so small and repulsive. That's why it's so inspiring that Ash has managed to overcome that huge dent to their self-esteem, and dedicate themselves to being the exact opposite of what hurt them. They come across as so fragile, but in actual fact, they have a lot of resilience. My heart aches for the sheer effort it must cost them, though. I'm sure the fight gets exhausting sometimes. It makes me wish even more strongly that I could be the person who erases all of that pain from them. The partner who proves them that not everyone is like that. But there's no chance of that now. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. They did say before they left that night that they weren't sure on how they felt about us now. That kinda suggests that the door isn't completely closed. I'm hesitant to hold on to that hope, though. It seems impossible that I'd actually win out. That I'd actually win out. What the... Oh my god. I haven't felt about a main character the way I feel right now in a long while. Like, holy shit. That's so much shit happening. What? Oof, okay. It probably boils down to what they said. Shedding this toxic version of myself, so that only the compassionate one shines through. I haven't the slightest idea how to even start making that happen. I can barely process what we talked about that night alone. It's opened a whole Pandora's box, filled with so many things I now hate about myself. How would I even begin to face all of that? You know that traumatized, messed up, and problematic is usually my type, but that's not it. Nope. I mean, there's a difference between traumatized, messed up, and problematic in a good way, and traumatized, messed up, and problematic in a bad way. You know? There are differences. It's the same words, but there are differences for sure. Of course, my automatic response is that I'd do anything for Ash to take me back, but I'm so scared. You are not the victim, dude. Stop it. I know you're trying to, you know, oh, this is probably a setup. Okay, this is probably a setup for us to, you know, change our whole way of thinking and, you know, get to the end of it and be like, ah, yeah, we did it. We are the better person now. But usually that's not how it works. So let's see how they handle that. So I'm very interested to see that. Are you listening? I don't want to have to repeat myself. I nod tensely, wishing that this conversation would end. It's Friday. Unlike my co-workers who are laughing their way through the last day of the working week, I've been summoned to the boss's office. With the way I've been moping around all week, I should have seen this one coming. It's not like you to underperform like this. I would have given you a pass if it had been the odd day, but you've delivered consistently poor results this entire week. Everybody else is up to date and ready for the next project, but we're still waiting on your report. You know we cannot go ahead without it. Yes, sir.
Oh?
Is there a reason for the sudden slip? Is something going on at home? I cannot possibly answer that question truthfully without landing both myself and Ash in hot water. It's complicated. The boss exhales in frustration, though there's a tiny hint of pity in his eyes. Well, whatever it is, I hope it resolves quickly for you. You're one of my best employees in this section. I need you to go back on form, you hear? Don't pity them. He grips my shoulder and gives it a firm, encouraging shake. I nod again, appreciating the fact that he's not automatically just shredding me to pieces over this. He's a fair man.
Now then.
I give you a chance to get yourself together. I will have to take action if things don't change. He gazes at me worriedly.
Understood?
But I'm sure it won't get to that, right? No, I'll be better from now on. He nods with a significance, as though holding me to a binding verbal contract.
All right.
Now go on and get that report finished. Pats me on the arm and strides out of the room. I follow, going in the opposite direction and heading back toward my desk. I'd better take this seriously. The last thing I need after all this crap is to lose my job too. Sitting back down, I'd pull up my overdue report on the computer. If I really hustle, I'll be able to get it done before its lateness becomes a real problem. I get down to work. For a while, nothing but the sounds of clacking keyboards and mouse click fills the air. However, a new sound suddenly joins them. Ash has just placed a small wad of paper next to me.
Hey.
Here's that document you asked for. They say it is slightly louder than necessary, as though they are hoping that everybody nearby will hear. What is this about? I didn't ask for any documents, and we are hardly speaking to each other right now anyway. I'm kinda shocked to see them approaching me of their own accord. I haven't...
Can you just...
Can we talk later? Oh. The document was a cover-up. They whispered the question secretly, radiating discomfort and anxiety. They actually want to talk to me? I'm automatically filled with some kind of dread, but it's mixed with an odd sense of excitement. I'm so bamboozled that I haven't answered yet. Ash shuffles awkwardly on the spot, whispering to me again. Dude.
I just feel like...
I've been thinking about everything. It would be good if we could talk it through. Maybe after work? I can't tell if this is a good or bad thing, but if they're offering me a chance to reconnect in any way at all, then I'd gladly take it. Sure, where do you want to go? Ash starts wringing their hand tensely. I'm not ready to go back to your house yet. Oh god, no. Don't even think about that. That's fine. Yeah, I hope so too, actually. Like, there has to be an ending like this, right? An ending where they kick our ass? Like, put us in a trap and, I don't know, hang us on the feet up, you know? maybe Ash is the real psycho. You know? Maybe we unlocked her psychoness. Their psychoness, my bad, sorry. I shake my head, wincing with regret. They'd be perfectly justified in never going to my apartment ever again, considering what they faced there. Ash nods, their face flushing red. In that case, they would deserve each other. Yeah, probably, yeah. How about the park, you know, where I took you that time? We'd grown much closer on the day we went there. I can only pray that the same thing might happen again, if we go back a second time. This is the only thing you think about, huh? Okay, whatever. Fine. I'm good with that. So, we'll go together after work? Ash nods again wordlessly, and I mirror them. Okay, I guess this is happening. They open their mouth to say something else, but apparently think better of it. Without another word, they scuttle back to their desk sheepishly. God, that was weird. But this is something, right? Well, I guess I'd better get back to work. I spent the entire afternoon busting my ass, but in the end, I'd managed to finish my report. I could probably have taken another day over it, but I just wanted to get myself back in the boss's good books. It's done now, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Our team stands around saying our usual goodbyes. Once everyone begins to head home, Ash makes their way woodenly toward me.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. Heyo. A dense silence falls between us. It's like we've forgotten how to communicate properly. I clear my throat awkwardly. So, the park?
Okay.
After a few seconds of hesitation, we turn toward our destination. Neither of us utter a sound as we walk side by side. By the time we reach the park, I feel as though my voice might have stopped working permanently. We trail along the pathway, and then Ash breaks away from me, heading over to a nearby bench. I follow tentatively. Oh god, that's a word. Only sitting next to them once they look up at me expectantly. For a few moments, we do nothing but gaze around at the scene in front of us. Children are playing on the swings and climbing frames, enjoying their after-school freedom. Dog walkers and couples stroll by, basking in the early evening sun. I can see why Ash would prefer to talk there. This park is special to them, but it's also busy enough that they probably feel safer being around me. I swallow another pang of guilt, and Ash speaks up at last. So... I've been mulling it over since Saturday. Everything that happened between us and all the things we talked about. I needed time to probably consider how I felt about you. It was too hard to make a proper judgment in the moment. Dude, it's been like what? 4 days? 5 days? It's Friday now, so it's 6 days, right? And you're like, yeah, cool, I'm over it by now. That's fine. I had to let the dust settle first. I nod silently, understanding perfectly. Ash then heaves a heavy sigh. What you did that night. It was so intense, like I don't even know how to describe it. And you crossed so many lines in a way that you cannot undo. I think most people would have just called the police. Don't remind me. I'm already torturing myself every day over it. Yeah, but for the wrong reasons, dude. But okay, let's move on. Ash takes a deep breath. An echo of the distress they'd felt that night rises in their eyes again. It makes me feel like my stomach's full of broken glass. Ash, I need to swallow my pride and speak my truth here. I know this won't go anywhere near making it this better, but I still need to tell you how seriously sorry I am for what I've done. I think you made me realize something that night. With everything you said. Ash stares deeply at me. I don't know how I'm gonna put my garbled thoughts into actual words, but I'll try. It kinda knocked me out of my usual mindset, you know? The awful way I see things. And I almost saw myself from outside perspective. Okay, Ash, be careful. Be careful about that. Now that I reconsider the way I behaved with you, and with my exes too, I realize how horrible a person I've been. Dude, this is bullshit talk. Oh my god, I hate this so much. No. People like that always start with something like this. Depending on the situation always, but it's always, yeah, I can see it now. I you know, oh god, I'm getting, I'm getting worked up right now. I feel as though a huge weight is crushing on my chest, but I battle on. I actually cannot believe I went that far, to do what I did to you, and the plan I'd made. I shut my mouth for a moment. If I keep talking, I'll burst into tears. Ash stays silent, letting me steady myself. When the lump in my throat has subsided a little, I continue. I probably don't deserve forgiveness for any of it. Yeah, damn right you don't. I know this doesn't change anything, but at least know that I'm fully aware of the severity of my actions. Despite the sunny glow that's beaming down upon us, I realize that I'm hugging my own body, like a lost child shivering in the cold. I dare to glance at Ash. They are gone. No, just kidding. The expression has changed to one of shock and confusion, or something similar at least. It's hard to read.
Really?
Do you really mean that? The question catches me off guard. Yeah, I honestly wish I could go back and change it all, so that none of it ever happened. I hate that I cannot take it back.
Oh.
I glance up at them, but they say nothing more. They simply stare at me with another look that I cannot decipher. I feel like I don't want to interrupt whatever's going on in their head, though, so I stay quiet. Eventually, their face sets on into a more lucid gaze. Lucid, yes.
No way.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, but it's a good thing that you understand the truth. Yeah, best of luck with the cookies, Jules. I think your outlook is changing, Cryptid, which actually plays even further into what I wanted to say to you today. Puzzled but curious, I listen closely.
Listen.
I've been trying to weigh up on your whole duality. You know, the fight you have been going on between your good side and your toxic side? Yeah, well, I'm still here, but just putting chocolate on them. I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's the glorious thing of wireless headphone, right? I definitely think that your abusive streak comes from your childhood. It's kind of developed to protect you from further trauma. That's what I figured too.
Right.
If that's the case, then it's like I mentioned last night. That night. That whole side of you isn't who you really are. It's just a shield that comes down every time you feel insecure, and it makes you act in ways you wouldn't otherwise. Okay. I've been trying to figure out whether I believe that you're capable of breaking that shield down and fully returning to their natural goodness. Or whether they are too deep into their toxicity to come back. That whole sentence sends horrible crackles of fear, shame, and so many other emotions through me. I guess that's the ultimate question, isn't it? The fact that I don't have an answer right now makes my entire body quake. I hate how impossible a task it seems. Ash realizes that I'm not ready to reply just yet, so they keep talking.
This is...
The terrible things you've done are on a whole other level. But I understand that they came out of grief. You wouldn't have acted like that if you hadn't been hurt so badly. Still, this is not a fucking excuse to trying and... Oh, man. Again, I understand where this route seems to be going. Like, of self-exploration and, you know, learning from mistakes and, you know, trying to change the mindset and trying to finally proper deal with the grief and, you know, but... you know, some steps... I don't know. This is so weird. This is so weird. Oh, shut up, Lucas. Ash, you're not this dude's therapist. Enjoy your spa. Take care. Best of luck. Man, so... it's so hard to decide on what to feel about this. People respond to hurt in different ways, and I guess this is one of them. My response was to fall into depression. Your response was to start scrambling for total control, no matter how you did it. It's not right, but I get it. I guess when I think about who you are underneath all that. I know, right? Well done, writers. Yeah, 100%. Borealis Games, wonderful job. I mean, we've been talking on Twitter and stuff in terms of this game. So they know I'm really excited about this game, and they have been... they also have been promoting my stream and stuff, so they are really, really nice devs too. It's not only good writing, they are also really, really nice to myself, so... Hey, Volksbegleiter, good lurking. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, happy Friday. So yeah, I'm really happy that I gave this game a game demo chance way back when. And I'm really happy that we're finally playing it too. This is so exciting. They tense up rigidly, their eyes boring into mine.
That's tough on you.
I still empathize with you. I feel sorry for the way you've struggled. And I wish that positive, carefree side of you could flourish again. ... It takes me a moment to comprehend what they've actually said. Even after all I've put them through, they still want good things for me. Can they really see the goodness beneath all the toxic sludge that's covering it?
I'm serious.
I wasn't lying when I said I was attracted to you pretty much from the beginning. Although I was super traumatized by what you did last week, I think a part of me is also mourning for that person I liked so much. Come on. Their cheeks flush pink, but they stand by what they've said.
That's not...
Maybe I'm being too hopeful and forgiving here, but... I kinda wanna see if there's still a future for us. Oh my god. So... I'm assuming there's gonna be multiple endings again. And... oh shit. I think we need tissues, guys. Like, I'm assuming there will be multiple endings, and they are not all gonna be good. Oh, man. Okay, let's move on. Oof. ... If what they said before was hard to believe, this is 10 times worse. I'm too dumbstruck that I think I actually malfunction for a few good minutes. Ash loses the ability to speak too. Both of us gaze at the ground. Oh no. Also, if I'm losing frames, I'm really sorry about that. You know, this makes me curious if our character freaks out that much on the other people too. I mean... I'm assuming so. Like, I'm assuming yeah. I'm assuming yes. There's only one way to find out. Buy the game. There's only one way to find out. Here. Here's the link. There you go. Go buy it, go play it. I can't even fathom that this is real. I know it is, Jules. Ever since we first played. Yeah, when we played the demo, yeah. I led them into my home, locked them in a room and drugged them, with the intention of holding them hostage, literally forever. Just drop the link because, you know, because reasons. Maybe one other person also wants to click that link, buy the game, and be happy with some psychos. And some burning flesh and whatever else we had last time. How on earth is there any affection left in Ash's heart for me after that? If there really is, then I'm the luckiest idiot on the planet. But it's so unbelievable that I can't even feel a fraction of that luck. Dude, this is not you have them back. This is work on your fucking self to have a possibility of, you know what. I'm just gobsmacked. Neither of us managed to break the silence for a while, so we take some time to just be. I let the noises of the laughing children and chirping birds fill my ears, clinging onto them like a meditative soundtrack to calm me down. Go to fucking therapy? Yeah. No, not fucking therapy. No. No. No, guys. Stop it. You're ordering food? I mean, that works too, I guess. So enjoy your ordering food. What did you order? It helps. After a few minutes, my thoughts aren't racing quite as much, and I feel like I can breathe properly again. I raise my head, eyeing Ash cautiously. Get laid and be healed. Listen, getting laid is not helping in this specific situation, okay? Getting laid doesn't help there. Yeah, enjoy your Asian food. I raise my head, eyeing Ash cautiously. But video games tell you so. I'm playing the wrong video games then. They seem to have found some balance too, looking more composed. Just ask Baldur's Gate? Okay. Okay. Finding my voice once more, I asked a timid, doubtful question. I butchered the sentence. You all are so horny. Stop being no horny. Are you sure about all that? Ash gazes intensely at me, their brows creasing in thought.
I wanna believe that.
I mean, I do really want to believe that the goodness in you can prevail. It would be wonderful for both of us for so many reasons. You can never stop us. Yeah, I know. It really would. I was more uncertain about it before we had this talk. But with the way you've actually come around to seeing things from a better perspective, I feel different. Well, more hopeful, at least. I might be able to have a bit more faith in you than before. I thought I'd have to coax you into realizing the truth behind you, how you've acted. But you've already had that wake-up call yourself. That would have been a conversation and a half. Like Ash, you know, pointing fingers and stuff. I would have loved that. You know, this whole cracking point of our main character here is interesting on one way. On the other, it would have been cool too if it would be through dialogue. You know, at least they are alive, not burnt to a crisp. Right. That was our first ending here. Yeah, right. That was unfortunate for them. Oh yeah, let's see. Ash's mouth presses into something that's not quite a smile, but it's more relaxed than they've been all day. Yeah, I kind of wish this realization was in dialogue with the other character, really. Like, us trying to defend ourselves, but then they pointing out, hey, you know, this is not how this fucking works, dude. You know, you need to do X, Y, Z. Like, Ash would have been the perfect character for this, because they have been through some shit too, and they have worked through that. You know? They had the insight to actually make that dialogue an option, maybe. Like, I still like how this is playing out, but this would be a different approach, maybe for another time or whatever. So, yeah, anyhow.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign. For the first time we got here, we look into each other's eye calmly. I'm still reeling from the emotions we've stirred up during this conversation, but this tiny little moment of rapport. It's so blissful that the glass in my stomach is slowly being replaced by butterflies. If they really believe that I can do this enough to want to try again, what do you want me to do then? I'd worded that kinda clumsily, but I'm not exactly myself right now.
Well,
I don't see any point in us being at odds with each other. That won't help anything, and I feel like the rest of the office will start asking questions if we keep pussyfooting around each other. So let's not talk about that night anymore, okay? We can just put it aside for now. Okay.
you know.
It probably sounds weird, but maybe if we just try to go back to what we were before doing the date. No. We were getting to know each other, becoming closer, and building trust. We could carry on with that journey, taking things slow and casual, and not aiming for an end goal in particular for now. Just experiencing each day as it comes. I nod slowly. Don't do that. It makes sense that Ash wouldn't want us to be an exclusive official couple now. We need time for me to prove myself, and for them to become more comfortable with trusting me. If that could ever happen.
But
They blurt out the word more loudly, growing a little tense again.
I'm serious.
I wanna put conditions on it. I need you to agree to certain things, otherwise I don't think this can continue. There it is again. That surprisingly firm spark amid the shyness. I nod eagerly, flooded with an urgent desire to do whatever they ask. I've never been this outspoken in a relationship before. They blink hard, as though urging themselves to continue.
I think it's important.
I think it needs to happen. I've been too submissive in the past and let people walk all over me. I need to start speaking up and setting boundaries. Well, that's a beginning. You know, okay, let's see where this goes before I say my piece here. After hearing what their old boyfriend put them through, I can completely understand this. Ash wants to use this experience to become braver in standing up for themselves when things are unfair. God, they're so inspirational. Of course, I understand. I'm happy to do whatever you want. This is another sentence people say a lot. Like a lot. When they're trying to manipulate you in doing stuff. I do whatever, just trust me. Trust me, bro. Ash's shoulder relaxed a little. Okay. Firstly, I don't think we should tell anyone that we were ever dating, or that we're attempting it now. It's not about shame or anything like that, I just don't want people butting in, or having opinions when the situation is so delicate. My ego takes a bruise when they say this, but I cannot argue. It is pretty sensible.
Can you just...
Secondly, I'd rather you didn't... They pause for a second, seeming to struggle with their confidence. They're not used to taking the lead and making demands like this. After taking a few breaths, they start again.
I just feel like...
I want to be the one that initiates any physical contact between us, just because... A horrible sense of guilt washes over me, and I already know what Ash is hinting at. They will probably be having flashbacks of Saturday night for months. You don't have to explain. You are absolutely right. I won't make any physical advantages on you at all. Not even holding your hand. If you want to do something, I will leave that up to you. Ash exhales a sigh of relief, as though they'd been worried that I wouldn't be willing to accept such a limit.
Thanks.
I'm glad you get it. I guess the only other point I want to make is that you're gonna have to earn my trust back. Those other two conditions will help, but the real issue is bigger than that. They really need you to put some real effort into working through your mental demons. And I'm improvising as a person. What a damning sentence. It is hard to believe that it came out of someone like Ash.
I'm sorry.
I don't mean to sound so brutal, but I think that's the way it is. You hurt me a lot. And your own head is a total mess. You owe it both to both of us to take this seriously. I flinch as though I've been shouted at, but it's totally justified. Ash is right about the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know what you have to learn through, though, right? What do you mean?
that's not...
It's not just about choosing good over bad. You won't feel motivated to act more reasonably if you don't have an emotional catalyst for it. I'm not quite following. They read the confusion on my face and explained further.
Listen,
You developed a toxic reaction that made you abuse and manipulate people because you were sick of being betrayed, right? You wanted to make sure no one could ever cheat on you, hurt you or leave you again. I know.
oh,
You told me that night that you can't just trust me, but that's exactly it. I need you to learn that to trust that I won't defy you of my own free will, without you enforcing anything. After everything you've been through, I know for a fact that you'd never cheat on me or betray our relationship. Your past has given you a strict sense of loyalty that you would never go back on. I trust you to be faithful to me, so I need you to learn to do the same in return. Without genuine trust, this relationship will never work. You know that, right? Yeah. I held my exes in an emotional stranglehold with my desperation for trust, and it drove them all away. Even when I tried to trap the trash. Even when I tried to trap Ash into obeying me by force, something I was convinced would work, it failed. I recognize now that I'll never be able to maintain any kind of positive relationship if I don't learn to let go of my fears. I've got to just let the other person prove to me that they truly love me and will stay faithful. Just feels like the hardest thing in the world.
huh?
Do you understand that? I guess I've been quiet for too long. Ash peers at me expectantly, waiting for a response. Yeah, I do. I know it's something that needs to happen. You burned your finger. I didn't allow that. Oh man. I hope it isn't too bad, Jules. I just have no clue how to dismantle these terrible habits that I've created, and find a healthier way of reacting. Ash seems to pick up on my line of thought. I know it's gonna seem difficult. I think we should start with having some genuine, open communication. I could do with practicing it too. Just typical you, okay. That way we can work through things together, and hopefully you won't feel the need to take any drastic actions when you get worried. The thought of confessing every terrible feeling I have is very uncomfortable. I think my horror is obvious. Ash's eyebrows knit together in worry.
Listen,
I get that it's not nice to think about, but I need you to do this. I think you need you to do it too. I know, but... No buts. Ash's face contorts into a look of desperation. I can see a rare glimpse of annoyance within it.
please just...
If you don't agree to at least try, we cannot do this. Adrenaline courses through my veins in an unpleasant shock.
I'm serious.
I want to work this out, but if I don't feel like you're able to become someone I can probably trust, then... No, don't say it. Okay, Ash. The fear of really losing them forever jolts me out of my stupor. I thought I'd already screwed any likelihood of us being ever a couple. Now that I'm being given a glorious second chance, I need to take it. Even if what I'm being asked to seems impossible. I'm sorry. I will try my best with all of that. I'll do anything you want. We'll talk honestly about our feelings, okay? This last sentence kind of sounded like, okay, I'm gonna say what you want and then, you know, move on, please. Thank you. Anyhow, my voice sounds a lot more certain than my mind feels, but it seems to console Ash nonetheless. I mean, I guess this is why this sentence is here, just to say, okay, that it's genuine, I guess. Since we are inside the main character's head, so... I guess? Alright. If you try super hard to be more open and trusting, and I try to exercise more strength and forgiveness, then maybe something good can come of this after all. A happy ending to this rotten tale would be a dream come true. I can only hope to whatever hopes that be. But I can only hope to whatever powers that be that are worthy of such a thing. Jesus. I am struggling right now. Ash sighs loudly, seeming pretty exhausted. I kind of feel the same way after so much emotional turbulence.
I
think I'm gonna head home. Sure. No amount of time in Ash's presence is ever enough for me, but I accept that they probably want to be alone and decompress. I should probably do the same thing.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening and being open to what I said. I nod, unable to perform a proper reply. My head is swimming with so many thoughts and feelings. I think it is best if we don't make any plans for anything yet. So I'll just see you at work? Again, my ego falls to its knees, but I ignore its anguish as best as I can. Okay. Ash nods, standing up from the bench awkwardly.
Bye.
Bye for now then. They walk away. I watch them stride back down the path we took together, disappearing through the park's gates. Now that I'm alone, I feel even more washed out at sea. This whole day has thrown me for a loop in so many ways. Ash said things I never would have predicted in a million years. Overall, I should be thrilled. They are willing to overlook my disgusting betrayal to try to help me cultivate a better version of myself. It's incredible, and I am a lucky, lucky person. Their joy is heavily tarnished with fear though. I cannot imagine being able to do as they've asked. All I do know is that I want to win Ash back. I'll have to face those nightmares. I didn't see the F. Oops. There's a glimmer of hope for me to follow now. I'm just praying that I can actually reach it. Man, okay. I stride through the far section of the office, nodding to some familiar faces as I go. I'm making a little detour so I can grab some stationery from the supply cupboard. I pass the photocopier, and my chest clenches unexpectedly when I see who's using it. Ash and Lydia are chatting casually, as they make copies of something. My mind is instantly flooded with a dizzying concoction of feelings as I glance at them. It's been almost a week since Ash and I made our tentative, shaky agreement. Honestly, not a lot has changed yet. All tarnished. Yeah, it's the wrong game. Jules, don't. No. Wrong game, hello? You know, I just noticed that these are on both sides here. The opacity here. Okay, I just noticed it. Sorry, whatever. We're a little less edgy around each other. But other than that, there's been no text, phone calls, or hangouts. It's almost like we aren't acting upon this potential relationship at all. I know Ash said that might be the best to let things lie for a bit, but I won't lie. I'm starting to get antsy. I completely respect their wish to take things slowly. I just really want to do something that will make them feel more positively about the situation. The thought that automatically pops into my head is to treat them to another date, one without ulterior motives. Recreate that wonderful time we had. and leave them feeling happy, safe, and cherished, and hopefully craving more. Since I'm meant to be letting Ash take the lead, I haven't brought the idea up. I definitely don't want to seem pushy or impatient. Dude, this is not the things you need to think about right now. The longer this goes on, though, the stronger the yearning within me becomes. I just want to make them feel good about us. Wrong thinking, sir. Grinding to a halt, I weigh up my options. Why is he not working it himself? My god, yeah. Yeah. You know, this just shows this whole conversation was like, whatever. Like, so far, 90% of his thinking is, I need Ash back, I need Ash back, I need Ash back, I need Ash back, I want to have Ash back. Come on, Ash. Instead of, oh, fuck, I need to work on myself, dude. Come on, work on yourself, dude. Like, stop this line of thinking, dude. I know it's not easy, but fucking hell. Just go to therapy, show Ash you really mean it, idiot. Yep. There's nothing wrong with a casual suggestion, right? It'll prove that I'm serious too if I'm wanting to do our date again. But in the right way. Should I? I watch Ash and Lydia talk for a few more seconds, and then a sort of determination comes over me. I might as well try. Praying for success, I join the two of them at the photocopier. Hey guys, what's the news? I know that the paper's in their hands.
Hey.
We're duplicating a new list of potential clients for our section. The boss wants us to start reaching out to them on Monday. Hopefully this time we won't get any more idiots like that Garcia woman. Oh, Belinda Garcia? She burst into a disdainful giggle at how easily I'd remembered the name.
You know it.
That's the one. Remember how many times she made us redo her numbers to make absolutely sure we hadn't messed them up? Chillax, woman. Oh god, chillax. Dude, how long did I not hear chillax? Oh, oof. That's a flashback. We're trained professionals.
Ouch.
Yeah, she convinced me I'd make a whole bunch of mistakes, but it turned out she was just paranoid. I think I had nightmares about her spreadsheet for a week solid. We all cackle, rolling our eyes. Customers. Gotta love them.
Jeez.
Anyway, I'm gonna take the stack though. Through, cause it's getting pretty big. Can you handle the rest? She shoots her question at Ash, who's still collecting pages as they fire out of the photocopier.
Sure.
No problem. Lydia beams cheerily at us both, before trotting off back to our section. That was lucky. I can talk to Ash alone now. Need any help carrying them?
It's fine.
No, there's not too many left. I'm now turning my question over my head. In the end, I decided to just go for it. Hey, so I was thinking, no pressure at all, but if we are up for doing anything together, just really low-key, I braced myself for rejection. I'd like to start making up for before. We could always just hang out for an hour or so after work before you go home. Ash gazes more directly at me, and their lips part in surprise.
Oh.
They're so distracted that they have to snatch a newly printed piece of paper before it falls off the floor. To the floor,
Okay.
even. Actually, that might be okay. Don't... Really? Thank God, I was seriously expecting a refusal. I don't think today would work, though. I kinda already have something I was gonna do tonight. Ah, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my favorite activity, but
Right?
summer's really kicking in. It's getting pretty hot out, right? I don't have enough lightweight clothes to keep me cool. I'm terrible at clothes shopping, but it's gotta be done. I get what you mean. I'm not exactly a shopaholic myself. My favorite type of shopping is the one you do with the 2 clicks and a credit card online. Oh wow, okay. A small smile works its face onto Ash's face.
Right.
Exactly. It's not just the physical chore though. The whole gender-neutral thing can be a bit of a problem. Well, not problem per se, it just makes things awkward sometimes. Oh yeah, I can see how it might be getting in the way. Some shops are weird about non-binary or transgender people buying differently gendered clothing. It's all bullshit really. People should just be able to wear whatever they want and that's that. It's all just fabric at the end of the day. Amen. Well, if you wanted any company, if it makes things any easier. I found myself suggesting it almost accidentally, but it's a fair point. They might feel better about the whole scenario if they have someone else there for support, even if all I do is follow them around while they shop.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think about that. I can practically see the cogs turning in their mind as they consider it. Maybe,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Oh, wow. Okay. As long as you don't mind trailing around with me while I inevitably struggle to make decisions. Of course not. I can hardly think of a better way to spend my evening than sharing a rack of shirts for an hour and then leaving without buying any. This couldn't be me, and by God, I cannot be around people who do that. I am this kind of shopping person. I know what I want, I go inside, I grab what I want, I go. I mean, I pay, obviously. But, you know, I go in, grab the stuff, pay, get out. I'm done in like 10 minutes, usually. We never go shopping then. Yep, let's not do that. At least not clothing. Like, clothing and groceries or whatever are two different things. I'm talking clothing right now. Like, I know I need jeans, I need a shirt, I need whatever, a hoodie. Then I'm gonna go grab them and that's about it. Same goes for shoes. Like, you know, I know what I want and that's what I get. As easy as that. I cannot stand in there and be like an hour, so this shirt was nice, oh no, I don't think so. And then I end up still getting it and I wasted like an hour, That's not. Ash actually laughs at this. The sound tickles my senses in the loveliest way. So I guess we'll just meet up after work? I was thinking of going to the mall near the cinema. That's fine. See you then.
Okay.
Alright. We both hover awkwardly, as though neither of us can believe that we actually made plans together. Then Ash checks the photocopier for any last pages, nods at me shyly and shuffles off. I get to spend time with them again, and it's not for a horrible reason, or a tense, emotional confrontation. We get to hang out, as though we really have turned back time to a more comfortable point, where nothing terrible has happened between us. A surge of motivation rushes through me. This is my chance to start making amends, little by little. This is not the way. This is not the way. Okay. I think this is where we gotta save and take our first break of the day. How does that sound? I'll see you all in 3 to 5. Thank you for hanging. Okay, we're back in action. Almost. Thank you for taking the break with me. I got some coffee. And now we're going shopping. A grand sale. You know, there's a difference between this grand sale and this grand sale. This one's prettier though. Anyhow, let's go shopping. Let's go to the mall. Let's go. No, we're not going there. Here we are. Our first outing together during attempt 2 of our relationship. Attempt 2 of our relationship. This is a sentence, yes. It had been kinda awkward as we made out our way here after work. Walking by Ash's side as though everything was normal had felt almost wrong, as though it wasn't meant to be here. I'm still having to squash my giddiness though. I am so glad this is happening. Let's see for how long. We enter the mall, gazing around at all the brightly lit signs and shops. So, where do you want to go? I'll tag along anywhere. I'm not sure, really. I kinda don't know what I'm looking for. Oh my god. Shoot me, please. Okay. Why don't we head to one of the more basic stores upstairs? They tend to have more varied styles than the high-end ones.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's take the escalator. Yeah, let's escalate it. We ride up to the floor above. After a quick pause, Ash picks the store to check out. We arrive to a familiar scene. Ladies' clothes laid out on the right-hand side of the store, and men's clothes on the left. Ash hesitates between the two, clearly struggling to choose where to look first. See, this is why it's hard for me. I don't know which section I'm allowed to go in. Allowed? Forget that. This is a free country. Just buy whatever you like. Vanilla frostings, man. Why would you say that in a Twitch chat? Jules. Come on. Nee. No more fuckery, please.
But I...
Yeah, I've just had bad experiences before. Like, I've wanted to try something on. But the staff in the changing rooms don't see me as the same gender as the clothes, so they won't let me in. You can even sprinkle it. Damn, that's a skill. Oh my god. Why? Why, Jules? Why? Like, I've wanted to try something on... okay, yeah, we did that. I mean, what do they expect me to do? If I pick those up? They point to a pair of men's trousers to our left. I took them to the women's changing room. They'd say you can't try those on there. They are the men's clothes. But if I took them to the men's changing room, they'd say you can't come in here, you're not a man. They roll their eyes in annoyance.
This is crazy.
What am I supposed to do? I don't have some kind of crazy sexual agenda. I just want to buy clothes. Their voice gets louder and higher as they say all of this to me. And they wave their arms in expiration. Damn, people are so rude. People are so... You know... Okay, whatever. I feel awful that something as mundane as clothes shopping is turned into such an ordeal for Ash. Because of people's hang-ups. Stores really need to be more accepting when it comes to non-binary people. It's not only stores, but okay. I mean, that's something, I guess. That really is dumb and very unfair. You shouldn't be made to feel like some kind of predator just for shopping. Ash nods, huffing sadly. Well, I'm here with you this time, so how about we tackle this thing together? If anyone has a problem with you, they'll have to deal with me. What are you gonna do? Are you burning down the store then, or...? I say this with conviction. I have no qualms whatsoever about putting someone in their place if they try to disrespect Ash. I mean, that's a nice gesture, but, you know, I just thought I'd make the joke. Okay, never mind.
For real?
You don't mind? Of course not, come on. Take a look, whatever you'd like. I'll be your bodyguard. I chuckle slightly and Ash relaxes again.
Okay.
Alright, thanks. They wander into the women's section and I follow along behind them as they browse. After a few minutes, they pick up a tank top from a nearby rail. It's a deep purple color, with a subtle pattern on it.
This
isn't bad. They hesitate, turning it around, this way and that.
No.
The cut's too feminine, though. I don't like it when clothes are that tight. Humming with disappointment, they put it back. You know, actually I can understand that, like, having tight clothes is even awful for men, so... so for women, I guess, too. So... I can understand that, like, it's a whole different feeling having white clothing. Like, it feels so much better, I feel like, so... Good on you, Ash. You know, we might actually be able to find something similar in the men's section, but baggier. It's usually pretty boring when it comes to colors, but the summer range tends to have more variation. Ash's mouth forms a delicate O shape at my words. Don't you O-shape me.
Oh.
That's a good point. The men's cut might be more comfortable. The eyes roam across the men's section longingly. Then they notice a male staff member restocking a rack, and the expression becomes worried again. Hey, it's cool. You have just as much right to shop there as anyone. Let's go. I cock my head in the opposite direction encouragingly.
Right.
We make the journey across the store, searching for tank tops. We find them on the back wall, amid a colorful display of wacky patterned shorts and flip-flops. Naturally, the men's versions are a bit more plain, but they do have some uncommon colors as I'd hoped. Ash makes a beeline for one that catches their eye. It's almost halfway between red and purple, a sort of plum or wine color. It's not that different from the one in the women's section.
Huh?
This is similar, right? Totally, but it's way looser. Does it seem more like what you want?
I think so.
Let's see, I'm guessing I'll be a size small. They pluck one out of the rack, seeming optimistic.
You know...
Although, they freeze, as though something has just occurred to them.
Hold on.
Won't it look, kinda weird on me? Why would it?
Well...
Well, I was born female, so... They mumble the fact begrudgingly, as though they hate having to admit it.
I just feel like...
I probably don't have the right physique for it. I'm not exactly muscular or anything. Gosh, this really is a minefield of emotional disappointment for them. I wish there was an easy way for me to take their anxiety away, and replace it with confidence. You're not, but that shouldn't matter. I'm sure it'll still look great on you. Ash doesn't reply, frowning at the tank top in their hand. I mean, just try it on. I wouldn't say that without meaning it, you know? Their eyes move to gaze up at me guiltily.
That's not...
Oh, I know, it's not that. I guess I'm just not used to receiving any kind of compliment about my appearance. Especially after my ex, you know. God, I hate this guy. Fuck him. We're totally not worse. I wanna kick the shit out of him for how much damage he's done to Ash's self-esteem. I can understand how you must feel, Ash. But seriously, all the doubts you have about yourself are lies. There was nothing accurate about how your ex made you feel. It was all his false judgment, and nothing to do with who you actually are. The way you look and how you want to represent yourself is unique to you, and it is exactly what it should be. You deserve to celebrate that, not hide it away. I bite my tongue, realizing that I might have got a bit too aggressive there. Ash looks back down at the tank top and then fixes me with a touched gaze.
Thanks a lot.
That's really nice of you to say. Thank you. I need to get his words out of my head and just stick by my own choices. It went down, okay?
Right.
Let's make a decision. They hold up the top one more time, considering it seriously. There's still a lot of uncertainty in their face. It will suit you. I think it's just your style.
Really?
Yeah, look. There's a mirror behind you. I point it out and Ash swivels to face it. I take the top from their hand and hold it up in front of them, to mimic what it might look like if they were wearing it. See, the color's nice, and it's not too long. I stretch out the bottom of the material, pressing it to their waist to demonstrate its length. Then I stiffen up in fear. I'm not supposed to touch Ash first, am I? My hand is only slightly resting against her hip, but it's contact all the same. Shit, I'm sorry. I jerk backwards in alarm, biting my lip. Ash and I stare at each other awkwardly. Both of us highly aware of what just happened. Sorry, Ash, I didn't think... The moment hangs tensely for a little longer, and then Ash speaks up tentatively.
It's alright.
Carry on. Oh. Reeling slightly, but infinitely thankful that I didn't offend them, I shake it off. Yeah, so, look. I know it's designed for men, but it doesn't seem like it'll look out of place on you. The armholes don't go low either. Ash turns the gaze back to the mirror, contemplating my words. This is still weird, but at least the tense vibes are slowly fading. I guess so. It would be better if I tried it on first, but... The expression sinks into a look of dark amusement.
Ouch.
I wonder if either of the changing rooms will let me in, or if I'll just get turned away like a hideous monster. They roll their eyes, smirking. I still hate this predicament, but at least they're kinda laughing about it now. I'm sure they will if you go at a partner in crime. I turn around, grabbing a random t-shirt from the rail behind me. What if we both go to the main changing room together? I'll try this on.
Huh?
Do you actually want it? No. We both snigger like teenagers up to no good. But I'll try it on if it'll help you out. Come on. Let's get it over with. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. I inject some enthusiasm into my voice. I cannot do that, so you need to imagine that, guys. Hoping that it will act as some kind of rally cry to boost Ash's confidence. Okay, let's go. I do a mental fist bump of victory. Fist pump of victory. And we head to the changing rooms. Ash grows visibly nervous when we approach the member of staff at the desk. I take the lead though, stating that we both just have one item each to try on. The man does a slight double take at Ash, but seems to squash whatever he's thinking and simply hands us both a token. I shoot Ash a smile as we find free both booths to change in. They return it, seemingly relieved. I do actually try the t-shirt on for the hell of it. I give myself a pointless thumbs up in the mirror and then swap back to my actual shirt. Does anyone ever do that? Like ever? My reward for doing this is supporting Ash, so I don't need anything else. Ash and I meet at the entrance once we're done. To my delight, they decided to buy the tank top after all. Oh, Stian shut down your PC? Oh no. How rude. He's grounded. Nah. It happens. I mean, at least it wasn't the cat, I guess. In fact, we go back to the summer section, and they pick up a couple of other colors in the same size. Once they've bought them, we start meandering back toward the exit.
Thanks.
Thanks for the help. You were right about the top. I just needed to suck up my anxiety and be bold about trying it on. No worries. I'm really glad you feel comfortable with what you've bought. I hope I made it easier for you, even if it was just a little bit. This whole trip has been very strange, now I think about it. We were super wooden with each other at the start, but after we got into the swing of it, we almost went right back to normal. I really want to take that as a sign that Ash is feeling better about me as a person. But of course, I have my doubts.
Yeah.
You did make it easier. You reminded me that I'm fine the way I am, and that I don't need to apologize for it. Definitely not. If anyone ever says anything bad about you about it, they are the problem, not you.
Yeah, you're right.
I needed to remember that. Thank you for everything you said today. I know you meant it, so I can take it as a fact and not second guess it. This makes me slow my pace a little, gazing at Ash in wonder. Of course I meant it. Will you really toss my word that much? Just, you know, with how I've twisted things before? I hang my head in shame as my brain replays the false version of my past relationships that I told Ash before the truth came out. I totally understand if they automatically question anything I said after that. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We stare at each other for a moment. Then Ash pipes up in a quiet but firm voice. I know what you're saying, but I feel like I can still tell when you're being real about something, and this felt pretty real.
You know...
Besides, you're aiming to have different priorities right now. Lying isn't one of them. I nod eagerly, quivering internally at the thought of ever deceiving Ash again, in any way.
Right.
So yeah, I believe you, and I appreciate it. Ash is so incredible. That's good to hear. We share a quiet smile, and then continue on our way. After emerging into the fading evening light, we turn to each other awkwardly. Well, thanks for putting up with me. I've enjoyed your company.
No.
I wasn't putting up with you. It was good. Feels like a miracle to hear them say that. I won't take up any more of your evening. Have a good night, and I'll see you at work tomorrow.
See ya.
I turn to head down to the street, but before I can get very far,
Hey,
I whip back around at the sound of my name. Yeah? Ash hesitates for a second, and then commits to what they wanted to say.
I just feel like...
Today was a positive thing. I kinda saw things in you that I always liked from the beginning. They seemed fake when you showed me your darker side, but now I see that they're probably more true than I thought. I'm struck with awe at their words. The idea that they really see something good within me is more precious than anything.
Thanks.
Thanks for showing that to me. Speechless, I simply stare at them as they look back. We become entangled in a long, meaningful gaze. I want to say so many things, but there's a whole mess of emotions coursing through me right now. My tongue is tired. Tied. Not tired. I am tired, not the tongue. Ash doesn't speak either, but somehow the two of us start to smile a little. Maybe we don't need words to express anything.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. They murmur this softly. Killing me? No, okay. And to my shock, their hand reaches out. They grip my arm lightly, squeezing for a second in something that just about resembles fondness. Then they withdraw, turning away and disappearing into the crowd. My arm feels cold at the absence of their touch, but my insides are sweltering with heat. The pessimistic side of me doesn't want to get excited about how promising this seems, but the rest of me, I'm ecstatic. Uh-oh. This is where it goes down again. Onions, frozen mushroom, leftover chicken. I throw them all in. I add my random assortment of ingredients to the omelette cooking on the stove. I'm no chef, but luckily I'm not a fussy eater either. Is that my phone? I almost didn't hear it over the sizzle of the pan. I got jump scared by the phone. And you didn't hear it, dude. Dashing over to the table, I scoop it up and check the caller. Oh, it's Ash? My heart immediately starts pounding. I don't know if this is good or bad. It's the first time they've called me since we started talking properly again, though. So it feels pretty big either way. Bracing myself, I answer. Hey, Ash.
Hey.
You probably weren't expecting me to call. I wasn't, but it's a nice surprise. The tiny giggle makes my chest flutter. Then the hissing noise in the room gets louder. Oh crap, my omelette. I race back over to it, flipping it over so it doesn't burn.
Hey,
Are you cooking something? I guess the sound makes it obvious. Yeah, I'm just making lunch. What about you? I haven't had mine yet. I'll probably get something soon. I actually wanted to run something by you, but if you're busy, then I can call back later. No, it's fine. I'm done now anyway. I read the words out insistently, turning the stove off and dumping my omelette onto a plate. I couldn't care less if it ends up going cold. Ash is more important.
oh, okay.
Are you sure? Yeah, don't worry. I can eat and talk. I sit down at the table with my phone in one hand and a fork in the other. Go ahead. What did you want to say?
Well...
You know, I've been trying to be more social and outgoing in the office lately. Yeah, I've been doing a good job so far too. Okay, DBD, devs. There's a brief silence. I'd like to think that is because Ash is smiling.
Thanks.
I want to start being more bold about it, so I got an idea for something I could do to put myself out there a bit more. I've already arranged it, but I wanted to fill you in on it too. Oh god, what is happening? This sounds intriguing. I'm all for Ash branching out and becoming more confident around people. Oh sure, tell me about it. I started munching my omelette as I settled down to listen. I don't know why munching just made me smile, what the fuck. I laughed at the word munching. What the fuck. Okay. Well, even though I talk more at work now, I think I still come off as the silent one to some people. I want to prove that I can be open and friendly, even toward people I don't work with all the time. I texted Lydia last night. She contacted a few others and we've sorted something out. Oh, like a social thing outside of work?
Yeah.
We're all gonna go out for lunch tomorrow. Figured it'd be a good way for me to introduce myself properly and people get to know me better so I don't seem as closed off. Wow, this is unexpected. They must really want to dispel the antisocial myth of floating around. That's awesome, Ash. You're not normally that outgoing, right? I think it's a good move.
I think so.
I am glad you agree. I was hesitant at first, but I just want to bite the bullet and start getting more involved with people. I think it'll make me feel more relaxed at work too. Definitely. The office is way better when you're actually friends with your coworkers, even if it's just on a casual level. I can certainly attest to that through my experience with Sean and Lydia.
Right?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for, so yeah, that's happening tomorrow. For some reason, their voice gains a somewhat guilty tone all of a sudden. This is kinda hard to say, but I wanna be honest with you. My fork stops halfway to my mouth. Why do I get a bad feeling about this? Okay. There's a little pause before they continue. I invited a couple of people from our section and a few from some others, but I didn't mention you because I can practically see Ash's grimace as they try to force their intentions out. My stomach starts to feel as though it's full of lead as I realize the truth that they're struggling to put in words. You don't want me there. I finished their sentence bluntly. I'm not offended, just sad and disappointed.
Wait.
Oh, what is this? This is a new track, isn't it? It's not that I don't want you to join us. I knew you said you didn't want to tell anyone that we've been more than friends, so if you don't want me to be around, you're in front of them.
I'm serious.
No, seriously, it's not that. They huff in frustration, and I stop trying to guess what they're thinking. If they want me to know, they'll find a way to tell me.
If you want the truth.
I hope you don't think this is mean of me. But I was hoping we could use this as an opportunity to improve our relationship too. How so? Well, it's the whole trust thing that you gotta work on, right? I want you to feel able to trust me in loyalty to you, without going to extremes. My ego automatically flinches, as though it's been attacked. I squash the bitterness and reply through gritted teeth. You know... Yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
Well...
So I thought this would be a chance for you to develop that. If I meet the others without you, then I can start socializing more, and you can start growing the sense of trust that you need. We both benefit from it. It is difficult to focus on what they are saying. The toxic side of my mind is doing its best to refuse to accept the suggestion. It is fixated on the idea that I'm being rejected, instead of seeing the positives. Like a test?
That's not...
I wouldn't call it that. I'm not playing games with you or trying to train you. I just feel like it could help. You all need professionals, dude. It's not that hard. I mean, it is hard to find professionals, actually. You know what? Never mind, keep going. I know you were pretty controlling about who your exes spent time with. I went, but I cannot exactly argue.
Right.
So if you can go a few hours knowing that I'm hanging out with other people, and trust me enough to prove that nothing bad will come of it, then it'll be a step forward. I could call you straight after I get home and tell you all about it. And when you see that there's been no betrayal, that it hasn't taken away from our relationship, then you'll start to relax, right? You will be able to truly have faith in the fact that I'm never gonna deceive you, or do anything behind your back. Okay, Erfolgsbegleiter, thank you for hanging. Have a wonderful Friday, mate. Thank you very much. You'll slowly start to get rid of that old paranoia and judge things in a more healthy way. Does that make sense? I feel my head nodding, but I can't bring myself to actually agree. I think this is pretty reasonable of Ash to suggest. I do need to learn to have genuine trust, instead of overreacting to everything. This is a good way to start. It's just really hard to keep sight of when those nasty old habits are rearing in the head. Yeah, I get it, it's, might as well be honest. I think I might struggle a bit. A huge pang of shame hits me as I say this. Ash's voice grows softer with pity as they reply.
It's alright.
I can understand that. You've never been good at blocking out your fears, have you? The what if is always too strong to ignore. That's it. I just... Can I change the subject a little? I'd rather not keep highlighting my flaws right now. Come on, dude. This is the whole fucking point. Well, let's not focus on me for the moment. It is about you too. You just have to enjoy yourself and not think about me the whole time. Who are you going with? Oh god. There's no way this is ever gonna go bad, right? It'll be me, Lydia, Sean, and Malik, and then Jamie and Barbara from Section B. We're going to that cafe you told me about before, where you have lunch and work days. I wanna try it out. Oh, that'll be cool. That's what I say, but my mind is in a completely different space. It races through horrible possibilities one after the other, and it's hard for me to keep up. You know, okay, as much as I hate to admit it, this is rather relatable. This is really relatable. I try to not, you know, relate with this character, because fuck that. But this whole, yeah, going through all the possibilities and, not necessarily the trust issues, I guess. But just, you know, knowing that the world sucks. Oof, it's, yeah. Let's move on. Oh god. The jealous, distrusting part of me is upset for multiple reasons. Firstly, Ash is going to my favorite spot without me, and it feels left out. Secondly, they're meeting up with a bunch of workmates, and I'm not invited, so it feels even more left out. Thirdly, Sean is gonna be there. I love the guy, but he's way too much of a flirt for my liking. It's not a big deal when he's trying it on with other people, looking at you, Brianna. But the thought of him muscling his way in with Ash, while I'm not here to fend him off, is awful. Okay. I'm never sure how many of these raunchy comments or suggestions are actually serious, or if they're all just jokes. If he is that forward, then I do not exactly like the idea of Ash spending that much extracurricular time with him. Didn't they say Malik would be there too? He's pretty friendly with everyone, and definitely doesn't have any issues making his feelings known. This is... Oh, damn, okay. Sure. Is he in danger too? And what about Jamie? Well, what about Barbara? How many potential romantic opponents do I have on my hands here? Wait, I'm getting carried away like I always do. I hate that my brain jumps to conclusions and gets me all wound up like this. I want to accept the situation as an opportunity to grow. I don't want to give in to my delusions. They're just so hypnotic. Losing myself for a moment, I close my eyes. I'm instantly bombarded with fictional images of everyone at the cafe, laughing and having a good time. Sean puts his arm around Ash, and they lean into him. He whispers something in their ear and they blush. Malik winks across the table as he shoots them a flirty comment. And when they giggle, he reaches over and takes their hand.
Hey,
You still there? Gah. Ash's voice jolts me back to reality, and I actually have to grab the table to steady myself. I can't stand how powerful my anxiety is. Yeah, I'm here. I hear Ash slide down the phone. You are catastrophizing, aren't you? I can practically feel it. Oh god, they can read me like a book, even they can see me. I'm sorry.
it's fine.
Don't apologize, I know this is hard for you. You cannot just let go of a bad mindset in a single attempt. Is there something specific that makes you so worried? I want to understand if I can. What is it about that situation that bothers you the most? My knee-jerk reaction is just to shout everything, but I crush the urge and try to be reasonable. It's a good question, really. I'm not sure I even know properly. If I had to narrow it down to a single thing that terrifies me about the whole concept... Okay, we're gonna save here. This is our first decision today. I'm assuming... Like... I would go with, if we're going to be honest, it's probably the lack of control, right? So let's go with that first. It's probably the fact that if I'm not with you, I have no idea what's going on between you and other people. I feel like I have no control over the situation, because I'm not there to stop anything bad from happening. And that always ends up driving me insane. The admission makes me feel like crap, but I know it's true. And once that paranoia sets in, then I snap and do something horrible to my partner. Like secretly following them around, blowing up their phone with constant pleas for information, or straight up banning them from seeing people. Just the fact that I cannot be sure is torture, and it feels impossible to ignore. Good job, Jules. I hope they ended up being cool. Good. I hope the cookies look good. Are you having fun with your cookies? Yes. You still need to pack them. I mean, baby steps, right? One thing after the other. That makes sense, but Ash's voice grows heavy with disappointment.
You don't get it.
You don't need to be in control of the situation, do you? You're not meant to keep me on a leash wherever I go. A ripple of anxiety coursed through me as they say this. It makes me sound like the exact kind of villain I don't want to be. No, of course I get that, I'm not sure how to put my thoughts into words. Ash continues in my
I
place.
think it's important.
I think you need to remember where your priority should be. You want to create real trust, right? Having control over everything isn't a part of that. You'd just be carrying on the way you were before, if you kept finding ways to supervise me or find out every detail about what I'm doing all the time. A flag of annoyance seems to rise up in them as they speak.
I'm serious.
You shouldn't take comfort from what I might be doing, but how I actually feel about you in general. And that goes way deeper than just who I'm spending time with. Knowing that my loyalty to you won't change just because I have other people in my life too. That's the key to it. That while it'll never matter to you what I'm doing, you'll know our relationship won't be betrayed or disturbed, even if we aren't together all the time. ... All of that is completely true, but instead of feeling like I'm being given advice, I feel like I'm being criticized, and for good reason. Ash is right, I'm so obsessed with control and it's ruining everything. I'm still looking at things backwards. I never learned to trust if this is what I'm like. Yeah, I get it, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Just... They pause, leaving a horrible tense silence hanging between us.
I just feel like...
It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong when you think like that, you know? And I've already been through that with my ex. Oh god, do not compare me to that guy. I don't want to feel guilty about something as harmless as hanging out with workmates. I know you're not insinuating that on purpose, but just be aware of the effect it has. It's not comfortable for either of us. Now I feel even more like garbage. Of course Ash wouldn't feel bad about making friends. They should be free to do whatever they like with their life. And the fact that my toxic brain has a problem with that crushes what little self-esteem I had left.
Listen.
Let's just take things slow, okay? I'm gonna meet everyone tomorrow and you can use that as a gateway into changing things for the better. I'll call you when I get home and tell you all about it, and hopefully it'll prove to you that there was no need to worry. The lack of control won't matter. They're gonna die there. It turns out Sean's gonna be the next psycho. Drove her to his home and caged her into his play basement. Paid them in the basement, I mean. Something like that. Could you imagine? Oh my god, Ash so unlucky if that happens. I'm dreading this, but I feel as though I have no choice, so I accept the hand I'm being dealt. Alright, I'll just try to leave you to it.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. In fact, could you not text or call me while I'm out? I know you'll probably be tempted to keep checking up on me, but I feel like it's probably not a good idea to indulge that compulsion, you know? Ouch. Okay, yeah. I won't contact you. I'll just wait for you to call. They will never call. Oh my god. Let's go.
Thanks.
More drama. I'm gonna get going now, but I'll be in touch tomorrow. Alright, thanks for calling. Have a good time. I tried to say this cheerfully, but I'm struggling to mean it.
Bye.
They hang up, and I stare down at my half-eaten omelette. Somehow I feel like an even bigger asshole than I already thought I was. I don't want to let Ash down though, so I better give this a go. Oh boy. TV remote, laptop, phone. They are all set up and ready to fill my day with entertainment. And yet I'm not in the mood for any of them. Well, that's a daily thing for me. Ash will have their little social gathering today, and I'm feeling seriously out of whack about it. I don't want to go over the details again and again in my head. What's important is that I do genuinely approve of why Ash is doing this, and I need to let that conviction power me through. It's gonna be hard though. Ash is calling. I didn't expect that. I'm getting a déjà vu. Hey Ash, you okay?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm just about to head out to meet the others. Thought I'd check in with you before I leave. Oh my god, what is going to happen? Come on. Any guesses? My chest fills up happily at the fact that they thought of me. However, it's quickly spoiled by the sense of foreboding that follows, knowing that the dreaded outing is about to begin. Have a really good time, okay? Make some new friends and feel confident. You deserve it. Thanks, I will. I'm quite excited. Ash is gonna hang up and our child's gonna freak out. Yeah, that's clear. But I'm curious, do you think something is gonna happen to Ash and they are not calling this evening or something from home? Or they're just, I don't know, too exhausted at home and they're just, you know, forget to call and just fell asleep or something, and, you know, we are freaking out and standing in front of their house and, you know, throwing rocks at the windows or something. Oh, yeah, something's gonna happen for sure, so there's so many possibilities, so do you have any guesses? Come on. Come on. Call it. Call it, Jules. Not for Sean's terrible jokes, though. I make sure not to laugh at any of them. Don't want to encourage him. They chuckle brightly. I'm getting the feeling that they're putting on this much cheeriness as a way of assuring me that everything will be okay.
Hey,
You will be fine today, too, you know. Do you have anything fun planned for the afternoon? Oh yeah, plenty of things, if I can force myself to forget about you for 5 minutes and actually do any of them. Not particularly, but I'll find something to do. Okay, let's see what Jules thinks. So Ash is not gonna call and our child's gonna run to their house and something terrible is gonna happen, like they think he's doing a break-in or something. I mean, yeah. This sounds reasonable. Actually, I don't think our character knows where Ash lives. Actually. So, yeah, let's see.
well...
Don't you have a movie marathon or start a new game? I'm sure if you get something you'd enjoy, it'll have time fly by. I'll be calling you again before you know it. Oh, Chum makes a scene at work. Oh, that would be funny too. There's that uncharacteristically energetic tone again. They are really trying to motivate me. It kinda suggests that they're worried about me, and I don't like that. The last thing I want to be is a burden. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll figure something out. I throw in a little false chirpiness of my own. It makes me feel guilty, but I don't want Ash to start their day on a bad note.
Right.
I better get going. Wish me luck? Good luck. You won't need it though. You'll be fine. They laugh nervously.
Okay.
Talk to you later. Have a great day. You too. The call ends, and the world around me seems to dim slightly in Ash's absence. Well, here I am. All I have to do is kill a few hours. How hard can it be? I essentially do this every weekend. I'm just not normally agonizing over what my partner is doing without me at the same time. They are not your partner. No, just yet. Huffing out outside, I try to shut my anxiety down. Come on, you can do this. Right, where do I start? Let's go with gaming. Picking up my controller, I set my mind up on thinking only about the playthrough I'm about to start, and nothing else. It's been a little while. I've played my game as planned, but I can't deny that I've been a bit distracted. I have enough common sense in me to know that everything's probably fine. Ash is just hanging out with workmates. It's not a big deal. I just hope no one does try to flirt with them, now that they are all away from work and don't have to stay professional. Ash is a cutie. I noticed the moment I met them. I wouldn't be surprised if someone else had noticed it too. No, don't be silly. They aren't having a damn orgy behind your back. It's just lunch in a jet. Besides, even if someone did hit on Ash, I'm sure they'd reject them immediately. It's me they are interested in. I nod to myself, confirming the thought in my mind, and go back to my gaming. I blast a few more enemies, but then my head starts to analyze the situation from a different angle. What if Ash did enjoy someone else's advances? Not because they did genuinely like me, but because... Oh god, don't go there, brain. That's too far. I shake my head, mashing the buttons as I try to just game in peace. It doesn't work though. I cannot stop worrying about the horrifying possibility that's now plaguing my thoughts. If Ash noticed the other potential partners that surround them, it might make them see the truth about how I compare to them. I've been a terrible person and they might realize that they deserve better than me. They would be right, honestly. I wouldn't fault them for choosing what's best for them, it would kill me. Oh shit, here we go again. A flash of light assaults my eyes from the laptop screen, and I'm met with a big game over graphic. Fuck, when did I die? I didn't even notice. I was so wrapped up in my fears that I guess I forgot to play properly. Lowering my controller, I feel my brow crease heavily with anxiety. This is not productive of me to be thinking about, but the idea just expanding in my head like a raging fire that I cannot put out. My gaze subconsciously flits to my phone, sitting next to me on the couch. Ash, what are you doing right now? How is everyone treating you? Is anyone getting too close? Before I know it, I've snatched the phone up hungrily, bashing on the keys. How's it going with everyone? I was thinking about you and... Wait, stop. No, don't do it. It would only be more toxic of you. Plus, Ash specifically asked you to not contact them while they're out. Don't be a stalker. Flinging my phone back down, I try to take deep breaths. It's alright. My head is only running away like this because I'm used to letting that paranoia run wild. I'll just have to learn to let it go instead. Ash needs me to do this. Okay, gaming. Let's load from the last checkpoint. I start playing again, fixing my eyes onto the screen as hard as I can. This is all that matters right now. Killing dudes and scoring points. That's maybe okay. I force my way through a couple of levels, but I have to pause for a second. My hands are starting to cramp up. Not from the button mashing, but from the sheer force I'm gripping the controller with. I'm so tense, come on, relax. I didn't need to know what Ash is doing right now. The situation doesn't concern me. There's no danger of anything bad happening. But there might be. Overwhelmed by a sudden surge of frustration, I leap up from the couch, my laptop tips off my knees and falls on the floor. I'm just so strung out right now, I cannot concentrate at all. It's like someone poured gasoline on my mental fire, and now it's a blazing inferno. I just wish I could see the situation at the cafe right now. If I could, it would probably calm me down. I'm sure nothing bad would be going on. I just need some reassurance. Oh my god. I'm practically hyperventilating here. I gotta do something other than just sitting around right now. My body feels like it's about to explode with pent-up panic. Ash suggested that I find fun things to do to make the time pass faster. Maybe if my usual stuff isn't doing it, then something else will. How about a walk to clear my head? Nope, don't go for a walk. You will end up at the cafe, don't do it. Nope. Stay in the fucking house, dude. Yeah, that sounds good. Fuck it. remove myself from familiar environment and be somewhere else for a while. Grabbing my keys and wallet, I go to swipe my phone off the couch too. Wait. No, better leave that behind. That way I won't be tempted to cave in and contact Ash again. Turning my back on it, I clench my jaw and make for the door. I just walk around the neighborhood to disperse my frenzy, and then I'll head back in time for Ash's call. That sounds good, then it'll be all over. Oh god. Okay, so it wasn't exactly a neighborhood walk. I had started strolling the streets around my building, but I'd been so pumped with the hectic energy that I'd accidentally frog marched halfway to work. I felt like a bit of an idiot, and my legs had started burning from my fast pace. That's why I figured I'd just get the train for the rest of the way into the city. I was already a good chunk on the way there, might as well carry on. You know, you might as well just head back home. Plus, there's way more to do there than home. There are all sorts of things I could occupy myself with. This is a fucking trap, don't do that, mate. Okay, let's pick up something to do. Where should I go? There's an arcade not far from here. I could try and snag an oversized plushie on those rigged claw machines that never let you win. Or maybe I could go to the mall. It would take me a while to get around all of the stores. That would burn a lot of time. My feet start carrying me in various directions, halting as I change my mind and divert my course. We will end up being on the cafe, won't we? Oh man, I still don't feel like doing anything, even with all these options. I grind to a halt in the middle of the street, and my stomach clenches as I realize the downside of having come here. Ash and the gang aren't that far away. I'm practically right on top of the eye of the storm. Fuck. I don't want to go anyone near the cafe, and at the same time I want to run there immediately and check out what's going on. I feel as though I'm being ripped in two. Both sides of my conscience are grappling for control at the same time. Get out of my head. Just let me be reasonable and stay awake like I know I should. No, I don't feel good. Oh my god. Oh no. I'm starting to get dizzy, and I'm sweating like mad. I try to take deep breaths, but it's not helping. I feel as though something's gonna snap if I don't do something. I actually kneel down for a second, feeling bodies pass by me as they skirt around my crouched form. I'm probably getting a lot of weird looks, but I don't care. I've got to get a hold of myself. This desperate need for control is consuming me. I just need a drink. That's not a good idea either. He's having all the wrong ideas if you ask me. That's right, it's hot out today, and my temperature is already raised from walking and freaking out. If I get a nice cool drink, or normal drink, okay, no alcohol, okay, that's fine. And just sit down somewhere. Yeah, that'll help me. An iced fruit drink. Hell, maybe I'll push the boat out and say yes to the whipped cream too. I'll treat myself. It'll make me feel better. Let's find someone that sells nice drinks around here. Like a cafe? Oh, okay. I hate myself. Of course I fucking came here. I couldn't resist, could I? Oh. You know what? Alternatively, what if Ash and the colleagues are not at the cafe and that's like a red herring? That would be interesting. I knew full well that it'd be awful for me to show up while Ash is trying to enjoy their day out. Indeed, I just couldn't say no to my paranoia. I should turn around and go straight back out of the door right now. I falter, half swiveling uncertainly. Then against my better judgment, my anxiety croons in my ear, talking me into believing its lies. Maybe it's okay that I'm here. Maybe it's nothing to do with Ash that I'm here. I wanted a drink, right? This is my favorite cafe. Am I not allowed to visit it just because those guys are there? Of course I am. They don't own this place. It's hot, I'm stressed, and I'm getting a drink. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm minding my own business. And everyone else can mind their own too. Puffing out my chest in defiance, I join the back of the line at the counter. I will get that whipped cream, and maybe even a brownie to go with it. The seconds pass. As I inch closer to the front, my facade slips just enough for my good side to peek out from underneath. I shouldn't do this. I'm full of crap. Of course I came here because of Ash. I'm using this as an excuse to spy on them, like the asshole I am. Am I really gonna let my fears force me to do this? Nerves bunch in my stomach as I hesitate, eyeing the door with temptation. It's not too late to back away. No one I know has seen me. They will never know I was here. I'd better just... No. I can do whatever I want. If Ash and I bump into each other while I'm here, then that's just a serendipity. If they don't believe that, then it's their problem. I'm in the right here, and I'm not backing down. I stay firmly in the line, shuffling along with the other customers. Trying to look innocent, I cast around the cafe, searching for Ash and the others. I cannot see them yet. It is pretty crowded in there though, so they'll probably be hard to spot. Twitching my fingers anxiously, I stammer out my order to the cashier. The more I think about seeing Ash, the more my heart thunders. I order my drink to take out. See, I'm not interfering. I'm going to leave, soon. Aren't I a good partner? I wait, jiggling with anti-impatience and glancing around. Once my drink and brownie are handed to me, I walk a clumsy half-circle, as though I'm heading back toward the door. Come on. I know they're here somewhere. I just want a little peek. Napkins, yes. I get a napkin. Making my second excuse since I got here, I turn away from the door and head further into the cafe instead. I grab some napkins at the stand at the other end of the counter, making my movement purposely slow to give me more time to look around. I hear my own breath rasping anxiously, my agitated heartbeat flooding my senses, and then... there they are. A waving arm catches my attention, and I realize that it belongs to Malak. Everyone around the table is laughing at whatever he's saying. I spot Ash right in the middle of it all, sandwiched between Sean and Jamie in the booth. Their cheeks are blushing pink and as they giggle. They look happy and relaxed. For a split second, I feel glad for them. They're having a great time and making friends, just like they'd hoped to. This is a wonderful step forward. And then my jealous rage crashes down over me like a tidal wave, sweeping away my compassion. That's my partner, Sean, Malak, Jamie. Get the fuck away from them. Seething, I pretend to be choosing a straw from the counter, stalling for time, and leaning in as close as I can to the group. God fucking hell. What are they talking about? I want to know why Ash is smiling so much. They look so fulfilled without me and I don't like it. I leer across the room, straining to eavesdrop on their conversation. And then it happens. A pair of eyes wander from the group and lands on mine. When we look at each other, it feels as though time freezes in the most horrible way possible. Well, here you have it, dipshit. Shit. Achievement unlocked. Busted. Now you've done it. Ash stares at me. Their eyes swim with disappointment. It stings me right to my core, and the pain jolts me out of my toxic, paranoid daze at last. I've messed everything up. Breathing raggedly, I grab my things and skid out of the cafe. I make it almost to the end of the street before coming to a halt, trying to steady myself. You idiot. Ash was relying on you, and you did the exact thing they didn't want you to do. What kind of partner are you? I practically writhe in disgust at myself as I stand there, hunched over and panting. God, I'm hot. I actually really do need this drink now. Sucking down big gulps of this cold fruitiness, I flinch as it shocks my throat. Nee. Nein. I don't know what to think now. Only that Ash will probably never want to see me again after this. And I think we're gonna take our break here. Since I feel like this is about to pick up in a second, and it is time for our break again, so I'll see you all in 3 to 5. Thank you for hanging. Anyhow, moving on. I need to put on the sound again. Gosh darn it. Why didn't you say something? We didn't have a sound. There we go. feeling as though I'm falling down an inescapably huge hole, I start to walk again. However, a sound from behind catches my ear.
Stop it.
Oh boy. I'm about to get the verbal shit kicked out of me, and I totally deserve it. Grudgingly, I turn around. Ash skids to a stop in front of me, having been chasing me down. The expression is agitated beyond anything I've seen from them before.
This is crazy.
I cannot believe you followed me here. Their voice is high and shaky with dismay and half-squashed anger. Ash isn't the type of person to shout, but I feel as though they want to right now.
I'm serious.
You didn't listen to anything I said at all, did you? I reply, knowing full well that it's not going to help my case at all. I know you probably won't believe me when I say this, but I genuinely didn't plan to come here. I was at home up until about 30 minutes ago. Ash's nose wrinkles as they glare at me with disdain. I was gaming for a while, but I got really paranoid and wound up. So I went for a walk to cool my head. I even left my phone at home so I couldn't contact you. I make a show of emptying all my pockets to prove my point. I guess I was just I had a lot of energy to burn. I ended up walking halfway here by accident, so then I just came all the way into town. So I could do something else, go to an arcade or something. Ash listens with a conflicted expression. I'm not sure if my words are having any sort of positive impact, but I continue anyway. Seriously, Ash, I didn't come here to spy on you. I just found myself here, kind of on autopilot. And okay, I ended up sneaking a look at you. It happened before I really knew what I was doing. I feel more pathetic than ever. Ash doesn't exactly get angrier, but upset still glimmers painfully in their eyes.
That's not...
You could have just left before you saw me. I know, I didn't though. I had my chance to avoid this and I blew it. Honestly, their frown sinks into an even more gloomy look, and I cannot stand it.
You don't get it.
I thought you'd be able to do this. You've kinda really disappointed me. I know.
I just feel like...
I wish you'd just texted me if you were struggling that much while you were at home. I almost did, but I was doing my best to obey their no contact request. Plus, it would have felt pretty awful to have to admit that I was finding it so difficult to just live out my normal weekend while they socialized. Something that simple shouldn't be a problem for anyone. I don't think either of those things will be a fair excuse, but Ash seemed to want an explanation either way. Okay, I'm gonna save on this one now. So we have the decisions to catch up later on, you know. I mean, both is true, I guess. Let's go with the route that we are self-aware about what's happening, instead of blaming someone different once again. I just didn't feel like I could tell you how paranoid I was. That's the last thing you want to hear while you're trying to have fun, right? Besides, it's so unfair of me to even be upset about this kind of thing in the first place. So I kept it to myself. I couldn't admit how much I was freaking out. It had hurt me as well as you. Ash shifts her way to the other foot as they consider me seriously. Somehow, I feel as though their expression gets more sour. Oops.
That's not...
I guess I understand, but isn't that actually kind of selfish? You weren't brave enough to be honest with me about your feelings. Actually, that's a good point. So you let them drive you insane to the point where you did the one thing I didn't want you to do. And ruined this whole thing. Crap, they are right. I thought I was putting Ash first, but not confiding in them. But in actual fact, I was saving my own pride instead.
You know...
If you'd have just told me how bad you felt, I could have texted you back. And reassured you that nothing was going on. But now we're in this mess. I would really appreciate it if you tried harder to be more open about your thoughts. You mentioned this before, when we agreed to give our relationship another try, remember? Yeah, I know, I don't have an excuse.
Can I ask?
What had you so paranoid anyway? Like, was there a specific thing you were worried about? Did you think I'd cheat on... No. I cut the idea short before it fully forms. No, we did not beat Borderlands, Goldine. Happy Friday to you. Friday is our visual novel or dating sim day. That's new. So yeah, Friday is visual novel and dating sim shenanigans. Horn Dog Day. I mean, I guess. Honestly, it's not even that anymore. It's... Can I really say this? I guess if I want anywhere close to making up for what I've done today, I'd better be truthful. I hope your Friday is going well, mate. You could do so much better than me, Ash, and you probably know it. I was scared that if you realized how many great people you could be with instead, you'd wonder why the hell you were holding out for me to get my ass in shape. There will be no... Not a cam like this. That's not happening. Today is going well, actually. I'm enjoying myself a lot. My internet is shitting itself every once in a while, but it doesn't seem to influence the stream too much. Since nobody said anything. But yeah, otherwise I'm fine. I'm enjoying the game a lot. I'm theorizing a lot. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun today. I was scared that if you realized how many great people you could be with instead, you'd wonder why the hell you were holding out for me to get my ass in shape. You know, this mindset is a thing that I had for a long while too. This mindset is the thing that I had in a long time. And I still haven't completely gotten rid of it. I'm still scared of it now. I'm shaking a little as I admit it. You're amazing, Ash. I wouldn't blame you for wanting what's best for yourself, instead of setting for me and getting even more hurt from whatever crap I end up doing. When I finish speaking, I feel suddenly exhausted. It's like bearing my insecurities knocked the stuffing out of me. Ash sighs softly, and I dare to make eye contact again. The game seems to have softened a little, though they still look upset.
That's not...
I get it, but I made a commitment to you. I know about your flaws and fears. I know how they can affect us. I am willing to bear that difficulty, if it means that we can get to a better place at the end of the road. I feel as though a light turns on in my heart. Then Ash's face sinks into another sorrowful look, plunging me straight back into darkness. Well, I was. I don't know how I feel about us after this. Ash, please, don't say that. I can feel my last chance slipping through my fingers. Maybe I shouldn't have encouraged you to do something like this so soon. You are clearly not ready. And if you never get to that point, then we'll be over. Ash, please, you have no idea how much I want to make this work. You know I hate myself right now. I never intended to be like this. I know I need to change. I swear I'm trying. I almost fall to my knees as I beg them to not throw me away. I need this relationship more than I've ever needed one before. Ash stares hard at me, seemingly lost in thought. Is there anything I can do to reassure you? What do you need from me? Forget how stupid I've been so far. I'll do anything, Ash. Seriously, just name it. We have been here like 3 hours ago, sir. Come on. They hesitate awkwardly. I think I just need some space. Yeah, to think about things properly. Can you at least give me that? Of course. No calls or texts until you tell me otherwise. Take all the time you need. I don't want us to go fully no contact, but if Ash might come back around to me afterwards, then I'll deal with that. Okay, just... They gaze at me with such intensity, I almost stumble. There's some compassion in their eyes, but it is mixed with a cutting blend of anger, sadness, frustration and disappointment. Just go. I'll be in touch when my head is clearer. And that's that. I've been dismissed to contemplate my asshole behavior in shame. I turn my back on Ash, unable to bear any more guilt. I guess I'll just go home. I take a few steps, but then Ash's voice calls after me.
Listen.
We are not over. We are on thin ice. We're not over. But the thought somehow doesn't reassure me at all. I don't turn back to look at them, but I nod to acknowledge their words. Swallowing tears are straight away. Well, I don't know. Somehow I liked our scenarios better. Like something actually happening to Ash. And just, you know, getting into all the drama. The stark tube lights above me shower an unnatural brightness upon the room I wandered down the aisles. It's a little invasive, but whatever. I don't normally come to bookstores, being more of a movie buff. Today's different though. After what I did at the cafe last week, I wanted to buy Ash a gift. I know a random material thing doesn't come anywhere close to the apology they deserve, but I thought I'd show that I care. It doesn't have to break our current silence either. I can just put it on the desk with a casual note. Last time we talked normally, Ash had mentioned wanting to get into reading some of the classic romantic novels that everyone talks about. Maybe don't go with a romantic book while, you know... This is manipulating too, sir. Hopefully I can find a good book here from them, and I can help them get started. I did a quick internet search before I came here, so I know the kinds of things I'm looking for. I browsed for a few minutes, checking the list of recommendations I'd found. I get this one. There's a regular edition and a special hardbook edition, with more illustrations. What the heck, I'll go all out. I don't mind spending the extra money. Picking up the book, I make my way to the counter to pay. Oh damn, the line is kinda big. Oh well, at least I'm not in a rush. I stand here for a few minutes, doing the awkward disjointed queue shuffle along with everyone else. It takes quite a while, so I start reading each new book display that I pass out of boredom. The first one is a manga collection. The series just had an anime released, so it's all the rage right now. The next one I end up waiting is by a collection of cookbooks by a celebrity chef. I don't really know much about her, but she seems really into baking. We inch forward again, and once we stop I turn into the final display before the cash register. Wow, that's a change of pace. It looks like the latest release by an author who specializes in self-help books. You know, those ones that claim to help you improve your life without therapy and such. I've never read anything remotely like that, and I'm not exactly sure how effective they actually are. A lot of people who write these things turn out to be frauds. I glance back up on the line, but we still aren't moving. The woman at the front looks like she's buying a lot of books. I half impatiently and turn back to the display, since I have nothing else to do. As well as this author's newest release, they also have a selection of his previous works. Mildly amused, I scan the titles. Promotion 101, get the raise you deserve. The path to clarity through grief and loss. Some of these sound generic. What's next? Manifesting your next husband? I snort a laugh, searching the titles to see if he's actually written anything like that. God help the desperate people who think some random book is gonna help them find the one. Oh, I'm almost disappointed. No future marriage manuals here. I guess he's not that bad after all. Hey Yumi, happy Friday. Happy Friday. And good day to you. I hope you're doing fine, mate. The only one I can see that's related to relationship at all is... Wow. What do you mean he sells World of Warcraft? What? Jealousy. The green-eyed monster that doesn't have to destroy your relationship. Well, punch me in the gut, why don't you? It's like the universe planted this here specifically for me to notice. Thanks, feels great. I gaze at the book with raised eyebrows, feeling kinda disdainful. How much could something like this actually help someone? Isn't it basically just someone's opinion on how to live your life? Feeling kinda wrong about it, I reach across and pick up the book, turning it over to read the blurb and the author description. Oh, he's actually a qualified therapist himself. I guess he does have some kind of validity to whatever he writes about. The book's summary says that it addresses how jealousy can affect your perceptions and behavior, and it offers various methods of soothing it and working around it to have healthier reactions. Also, the woman with a huge amount of books before him is me. I am buying the million books. How much of it is smut? Or are you only reading fanfic smut? Fanfic smut. Smut. God, words are hard today. I apologize. I gulp nervously. That's exactly what I'm trying to achieve. I feel almost exposed just glancing at this book casually, as though I'm admitting my flaws to the whole store. At least half of it. I mean, that's fair. The other part is cosmic horror. And something in between. So what you say is one half is smut and one half is cosmic horror smut. Got it. At last, the line starts moving again. Naturally, I go to put the book back on the display so I can move along. However, I feel myself hesitate. International Woman Day by treating these video game ladies with the utmost respect, strictly platonic. I mean, this is not what our character did in the past, I don't know, how many hours of playthrough? 8? 9? However, I feel myself hesitate. Also, this cryptid emote is awesome. I'm so glad I got that one. I fucking love it so much. It's so good. I don't really like the idea of buying something like this. If Ash and I haven't made any progress with my issues by working together, then how are impersonal suggestions from some guy I've never met gonna do any better? Thus, turning to stuff like this makes me feel even more broken, like I'm screaming it from the rooftops. Dude, just buy it, for fuck's sake. I don't want to deal with that. But then I'm strangely curious. Oh, screw it. I'll buy the damn thing. What do I have to lose? If it's a load of crap, it'll make a nice coaster. I press the book to my chest awkwardly to hide its cover from view. I feel dumb about it, but I still don't want anyone to see what I'm buying. When it's finally my turn to pay, I carefully place the books down, so that the jealousy book is underneath Ash's novel. I don't know why I bothered. The cashier has to scan them both anyway. I avert my eyes, feeling myself flush with embarrassment. Why am I so hung up about this? People buy self-help books all the time. I should just own it. I'm not quite able to be that bold though, so I mumble my way through the transaction, stuffing the book to the bottom of the bag. Yes. Yeesh. I feel weird. Yes, yeesh. Ash's gift sits on the table, nearly tied with a cute ribbon. A heartfelt note lays nestled beneath a knot, in the best handwriting I could muster. I give it to them next time I'm at work. Hopefully they'll appreciate it. As for the other book, well, I've actually started reading it. After getting home and having a snack, my curiosity had hit an all-time high, and I couldn't resist checking out the first chapter. I guess it's more compelling than I thought it'd be. I'm on chapter 3 now. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it, I feel very strange about reading it, as though I'm doing something wrong. Every now and then, though, there's a sentence that makes me stop and nod my head. There's not much preachy know-it-all stuff in there at all. It's actually pretty down-to-earth and relatable. I also appreciate that the author doesn't mention jealousy like it's a horrible curse, and he never implies that you're a bad person for feeling it. He just presents it as a facet of life, which I guess it is. It makes me feel a teeny bit less crappy about myself. I'm not sure how much I'll really gain from reading this whole thing, but I think I'll continue for now. It's not really my style. Oh yeah, your style is you know, whatever. But Ash is counting me to make the positive changes that I so desperately need. If I can make any sort of improvement through this book, then I might prove to them that I'm serious about getting better. And God knows I need that. Alright, chapter 4. Back to work? Back to work. I take another bite of my sandwich. Then I slide my keyboard further across the desk away from me. I don't want to get crumbs stuck in it. The cafe had been extra busy today, so I got my food to take out and brought it back to the office. I don't mind too much. It gives me a chance to multitask while I eat. I find my page again and fix my eyes on the text, while absent-mindedly feeding the sandwich into my mouth. Yep, it's that book again. I haven't suddenly been converted into a self-help obsessive, but for whatever reason, I felt compelled to finish this book. Hell yeah, good job, Jules. Wonderful job. Maybe it's because I don't want to waste my money. Maybe it's my obligation to Ash to improve. Maybe it's because, as much as I hate to admit it, the stuff in here does make a fair bit of sense. Whatever it is, I feel ever so slightly understood when I read this, so I'm gonna keep going. Thus, there's no backlash or criticism here. I'm not in a relationship with whatever the author's name is. All he does is offer advice, and I like that one-sided lack of pressure. Your new future D&D pen has proven to be very nicely to write with. Yeah, hell nice. Hell nice, yes. Hell yes, nice. That's really nice to hear. Love that. Having a nice pen that feels good is unreplaceable. Flipping the page, I keep reading and eating. I should be able to finish this chapter before the lunchtime ends. I'm left at peace for a few more minutes, but then two figures appear on either side of my vision. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Hey, Asher and I are gonna update the to-do board. Can we check where you are in your schedule? You paid a bit more at Thalia for it, but it was worth. Yeah, that's nice. That's very lovely. Oh, sure. I put my stuff down and lock my computer out of standby, going through my unfinished tasks with them both. I glance sneakily at Ash a couple of times, but they don't really look in my direction properly. It hurts, but I suck it up. They jot everything down and Brianna smiles at me.
Thanks.
Thank you for that. We'll add these on, but if you think of anything else, just let us know. Will do. Brianna trots off to the whiteboard to start writing. Ash goes to follow, and I don't bother trying to start any personal conversation. It's probably not what they want right now. Picking up my book, I try to find where I left off. However, I start to get that niggling feeling that someone is watching me. Oh, Ash hasn't left yet. Weird. They gaze at me with a mixture of awkwardness and curiosity. Everything okay?
Yeah.
I was just wondering what you're reading. Oh. My toxic sense of shame automatically wants to fling the damn thing under the desk and pretend it's just manga or something. However, Ash was the catalyst for me buying it in the first place, so... it's one of those self-help books. I lower my voice so that only they can hear, and flash them a peek of the cover. No, don't be ashamed you're doing something good. Yeah. Fucking finally, after 8 hours. When they see the title, their eyes widen.
Oh.
Wow, that's unexpected. I didn't think you'd read something like that. Neither did I. Yeah, I bought it when I got your novel. I dropped the gift onto their desk yesterday without saying anything. It hadn't sparked a real conversation, but they said a brief thanks in passing.
Oh, okay.
I see, is it good? I wouldn't say good, but... there's something about it. I cannot put my finger on it, but I read it anyway. I don't normally buy into this kind of stuff, but I need to get better at this, so I thought it was worth a shot. Hopefully Ash appreciates the fact that I'm open to resources like this. Their eyebrows raise and a look of pleasant surprise floods their face. I guess I got my wish.
Wow.
That's actually really positive. I'm glad you haven't given up on improving. Well, you know, they avert my eyes. All of this is my fault, so I better try take responsibility. I drop my voice to a vulnerable near whisper. You deserve that at the very least. For a moment I can't look Ash directly out of the self-loathing. However, I catch them shifting in my peripheral vision, and it makes me cave in and meet their eyes.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Keep going, okay? They nod at the book and I feel the atmosphere between us lift a little. Yeah, well.
Cool.
They smile just a little and I feel my heart tingle. Even just the tiniest fragment of harmony between us is euphoric. Ash heads off to join Brianna at the whiteboard and my cheeks flush. Somehow I feel slightly more optimistic about how things just from that moment alone. And now I'm even more motivated to finish this book. What time is it? Okay, chapter 14, here we come. Damn, chapter 14 already. It's a relaxed Sunday afternoon. Against all odds, I'm sitting on the bar with Ash. They texted out of the blue last night, breaking our silence at last. I'd nearly fallen off the couch in shock. They'd said that they wanted to try meeting up for a short while, to test the waters when it comes to being around me again. Now that I'm perched on a bench next to them, eating takeout food and enjoying the view, I still kind of feel like I'm dreaming. We've kind of hit a lull in the conversation, so we're just eating and taking in the scene. As we munch our food, a guy walking a golden retriever strolls by. The dog suddenly gets excited at the sight of us and bounds up to our bench.
Oh.
Ash squeals in surprise, bursting into a giggle as it barks cheerfully. It nuzzles at their legs, wagging its tail in a plea for attention. It's pretty cute. At least give me a picture, come on! Borealis games, what the hell? Give me puppy. I'm pretty sure we had, in the Brianna route is the puppy picture, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Aww. They put their takeout box down and start petting the dog. It's sweet watching them ruffle its sandy fur as it lolls its tongue happily. Oh man, sorry. The voice belongs to the dog's owner, who comes dashing over with an apologetic grin. He loves strangers. He can never resist a chance to get someone to make a fuss of him.
No stress.
It's alright, he's lovely. What's his name? They chat about the dog and the mischief he gets up to. Ash strokes its fluffy body all the while, enjoying its pleased reactions. Anyway, we'll let you get on with your afternoon. Come on, boy. He whistles to the dog. It obeys at last, spinning in an overexcited loop before returning to his side. You have a great day now. He says this mostly to Ash, smiling warmly.
Bye.
Ash beams back contently, their eyes gleaming. For just a moment, the nice atmosphere suddenly darkens as a spike of jealousy hits me. Dude, it's just a fucking dog. Come on. I don't like seeing Ash smile at someone like that. Oh my god, dude. Oh. So they can read my mind. Ash suddenly stiffens up, turning to gaze worriedly at me. They look like they've been caught doing something they shouldn't have. Naturally, there's nothing wrong with what just happened. It's just my paranoia that makes moments like this a problem. We stare at each other with unsettled expressions. And I almost start to feel sick at the way I reacted so harshly to something so small. Yep, yes, he is an asshole. Like, in the first part, he tried to, they started dating, then we took Ash home to our character's home, and our character tried to, keep them there, so they never would be able to get away, like, actually keep them there. And in alternative ending, Ash died there, in our home, burning to crisp. So, yeah. They ended up, in this route here, though, they ended up, talking about it, and Ash left again, they didn't talk for a week, and then, they tried to start working on the main character's issues of jealousy, and that's, the whole thing that's happening right now. It's the whole jealousy part of deal, and stalking, and, this guy is a fucking nightmare indeed, yeah. But there's no need. Let it go. I have made enough mistakes and caused enough destruction with this jealousy. I'm fed up with it, and I don't want to make the mess any bigger. I avert my eyes slightly, looking over Ash's shoulder. Taking a deep breath, I remind myself that the guy was just a passing stranger, and Ash will probably never see him again. There was nothing suggestive in the way they'd smile at him. They were just happy to pet his dog. Exhale. Okay. I fix my eyes back on Ash again, who's still stuck like a deer in the headlights. Hey, relax, it's okay. I force myself to press my mouth into a thin smile, and it actually helps to calm me down further. Ash continues to stare at me anxiously, as though they can't believe that I'm not seething with anger. I take a bite of my food in a hopeful attempt to seem unbothered. They blink, struggling to process it. You're... I felt like kind of let up for a second there. Maybe at first, but we're good. I'm fine, really. I widens my smile and Ash uncoils their tension at last.
Wow.
You did really well just now. I feel like we're kinda on the level of congratulating a kid for their shitty drawing, but I take it nonetheless. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
I can see. I don't mind that you felt the jealousy in the first place. I appreciate that you managed to diffuse it. That's big for you. I'm not embarrassed, but secretly relieved that they're pleased with me. Yep, run. This is what we are saying for the past 3 hours too. They need to run. They need to run as fast as they can. Like, we are all... yeah. We're trying to make the best of it in the playthrough, but still. If this would be real life, and you're in a situation like this as Ash, fucking run. Don't try to fix them. This only turns to shit. Okay. I wanted to talk to you about something while we're here, actually. I glance up with interest, ready to listen.
Oh.
The cafe thing. Let's not go there.
I just feel like...
It made me feel as though you definitely weren't ready to make any progress with self-improvement. It gave me a lot of doubt about whether we'd ever have a positive relationship. I gulped nervously.
You know...
But since then, you seem to have changed your tune a little. Reading that book and the way you handled that flare-up just now, I feel like you've gotten more serious about it. How are you feeling about things? I can hardly think of a more loaded question to ask, but it's necessary. It's a bit confusing and uncertain, so I'm not sure how I feel half the time. I guess I wanna... Oh man, I always shy away from expressing my most vulnerable feelings, but with something like this, I really cannot. You're gonna burn to a crisp again. Ash needs to know what I'm thinking, even if it pains me to confess it. Look, here's the deal, Ash. I really like you, so much. You're an amazing person and you deserve the best. That's why I haven't given up yet. A big part of me just wants to accept that I'm trash and that you'd never be happy with me. Ouch. It's completely true though. But you haven't given up on me yet either. So if you really do want to keep trying, then I will do everything I can to make you feel as though it's the right decision. You're already being way too gracious by giving me a second chance. Or are we on the third chance by now? Probably 7th or 8th at this point? I try to smirk a little and Ash returns it. So at least, the least I can do is give it all I have. I owe it to you and so much more. Now my head is spinning from being so raw about it all. I take a breath, almost laughing at myself. Ash contemplates me thoughtfully.
Well...
I'm grateful for all of that, but there's one thing you are neglecting. What is that?
I think so.
You shouldn't just do this for me. You deserve a positive change too. It's not just about repaying me in some kind of debt. Your life is yours, and you deserve to be able to enjoy it without that toxicity taking over. That's so big-hearted of them to say. Thanks, I need to be done either way, so I'll stay as committed as I can. Ash nods, seemingly more relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm glad you see it that way. I think we can move forward a little, if that's how you're viewing it. So, no contact over?
Sure.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We can talk normally again. They smile briefly and go back to their food at last. I do the same. Oddly, the sense of relief I'm getting isn't as big as I thought it'd be. It's like it's partially squashed by something else. What is this feeling I'm getting all of a sudden? I cannot describe it, but looking at Ash again just makes me think... Ash?
What is it?
Uh-oh. I'm almost not sure what's about to come out of my mouth, but whatever it is, I feel like it's gonna rip me in half emotionally. If we keep going a bit longer, but you feel it as though it's not working out. I swallow thickly. If you feel like you're getting hurt too many times, promise me that you'll walk away. Okay, that's a fucking huge step. What? Okay, what? That's the absolute last thing I would ever consider saying, and yet it just spilled out of me. I feel like my world is tumbling down, but somehow I cannot pretend that I hadn't meant it.
What?
I lick my dry lips, gearing up to repeat myself. Seriously, you're the best person I've ever met, Ash. After what you've been through, you deserve someone who's gonna genuinely treasure you and treat you right. Yeah, I was expecting a catastrophe too. That was actually really... Damn. If you don't think I can be that person, I'm throwing myself away on Ash's behalf, then don't stay. Find someone else who'll give you the support you deserve. Ash stares at me in disbelief, and I shake my head at my own words. I don't recognize myself, but I guess I just love Ash. That's the root of it. I want them to be happy, and if that happiness doesn't lie with me... I thought he was going to ask if she likes playing with fireworks. Then I'll accept it. I'm done hurting them. I'm done being the villain. An awkward sob hiccups in my throat, and I blink back tears. This is a powerful and painful revelation that I didn't realize I was capable of, and it's really knocking me over. Ash almost looks like a painting. They've barely twitched a muscle since I stopped speaking. This must be an even bigger shock to them than it is to me. Yeah, exactly what Jules says, Goldine. They use they, them. So please make sure to use that too here. This must be an even bigger shock to them than it is to me. It takes them a few more seconds to loosen up enough to reply.
This is...
That's not like you at all. Do you really mean that? I can't face talking anymore, so I just nod sincerely. I want to hold them close to me. But they haven't said... I just saw a glimpse of what Goldine said, and I was like, fucking hell. I thought Ash was going to ask them if they like playing with Goldine. This is going to be the new thing, huh? Oh, by the way, Goldine, I added a new channel point redemption just for you. You can make me play PUBG for a whole stream. So, start saving up. I want to hold them close to me, but they haven't said that it's okay for me to initiate physical touch again yet, so I crush the urge. Ash's hands curl into fists, and their own eyes start to well up a little. Then, as though reading my thoughts again, they unravel their fingers and reach across the bench. Their soft skin grips mine, and I feel like as though my hand bursts into ecstatic flames. You will grind this so hard. I cannot tell you how important it is that you've said that. If either of us wanted a sign that you're capable of changing for the better, this is it. They squeeze my hand and I squeeze it back as though I'm holding onto a lifeline.
I think it's important.
I appreciate that so much, and I understand why you said it. I guess you can hold me to that promise if it makes you feel any better, but let's not think about that right now, okay? We are not there yet. It's why would you do that, Goldine? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. 1.2 channel points though. Get that 20% faster. I'm not even sure if I have that enabled. Actually. I need to check after stream. They bite their lip, looking intensely at me.
I wanna believe that.
I still have time left in me to see how things go. What a blessing. It said so when you subbed. Okay. So I need to make it more expensive. How many points do we have right now, Goldine? I'm just asking for a friend. I don't trust myself to open my mouth without bursting into tears. So I nod again, more vigorously than ever. Our fingers press into each other hotly, and the butterflies in my stomach flutter blissfully. This is a pretty dizzying moment, and it's not all pleasant, but Ash is still here by my side. So the future is bright. Raising my head, I try to send that feeling across them with a watery smile. You have a measly 15k, you have 44k. Damn, Jules. I mean, you are here all the fucking time too, so it makes sense that you have 40k. It works. They smile back, radiating the sweet, loving energy that I adore so much. This is why I have to keep trying. This is what makes the struggle worth it. Okay. We are getting in places. 11 PM. I should get back to sleep soon, so I'm not tired at work tomorrow. Just a little longer. I've actually got the end of this self-help book, to the end of the self-help book. Well, I'm almost there. What do you know? Miracles can happen. I'm not sure how much of an effect it has on me. Okay, Goldine. I should sleep? Nah. Yeah. I feel that. I'm not sure how much of an effect it had on me, but I felt strangely comforted by it. I guess I'm glad I bought it after all. The final passage addresses how much to move forward, after taking on all the advice the book had to offer. It also talks about how to keep faith in yourself, and the idea that you'll succeed in beating jealousy even when times get hard. I automatically roll my eyes. Faith is the last thing I have in myself. It might even be the hardest part of all this. I press on regardless, wanting to hear how the author sees it. He says that faith isn't quite what it's made out to be. Most people think that it's just having blind belief in something, with no concrete evidence that it actually works. I nod to myself as I read this. That's the phrase, isn't it? Blind faith. Like you're meant to just somehow trust an idea, even with no conviction whatsoever. He argues that faith isn't blind at all, and is actually based upon proof that presents itself to you, even if it only happens on rare occasions. There's a little analogy. Anal? No? Okay, never mind. Analogy, that's it. Imagine that a man is walking through a dark tunnel. He cannot see a thing, and has no idea if there's even an end, or if he'll just be walking forever, never breaking out. No anal? Okay. That's a good way to describe a situation like mine. However, all of a sudden a car drives past him through the tunnel. For that split second, its light illuminates what's ahead of him, and in the distance he spots it. The end of the tunnel, the way to freedom. I actually like this one. His heart bursts with joy at the knowledge that there really is hope. The lack of candles in this room is disconcerting. the candles are in the living room, not in the bedroom. Then the car passes and the tunnel becomes pitch black again. The man can no longer see the exit that he's so desperate to reach. This doesn't make him sad though. He stays optimistic and motivated to keep walking. I really like this one actually. Why? Shouldn't he feel lost in the darkness again, now that the light has gone? I think that's how I'd feel. I see the smoke detectors have been uninstalled though. Fucking hell, Goldine. No, it doesn't matter to him that he can't see the exit anymore. What keeps him going is the fact that he knows it's there, even if it's not visible right now. He witnessed it undeniably, even if only for a brief moment, and that's all the proof he needs to know that his goal is achievable. That is real faith. Oh. The author concludes his epilogue by emphasizing how this analogy applies to your own self-belief. I see that he says that even if you feel lost in the dark, a lot of the time you will experience your own car headlights moment that will show you that you're on the right track. According to him, the fact that I've ever read that book in the first place is a car headlight moment in itself. It demonstrates my drive to change for the better, and that's something to hold on to. Okay, we're finally away from Ash, and now we are in the, okay, it's us. You know, it's our person that we have to change, and you know, this is the switch that we actually needed, so let's see. He also encourages the reader to keep looking out for more car headlights moments, because each one will help them to build that faith even more strongly. I turn the page, but that's it. I have reached the end. I'm not so sure what to think about it all now. Naturally, my brain love of bad habits makes me want to be cynical about it. I don't want to just give in to that though. Running the last passage of the book through my mind again, I try to compare it to my own experiences. That tunnel metaphor does make sense. It's funny, when I was first reading it, I felt like I couldn't relate. Now that I'm reconsidering it, I realize that I've technically had 2 car headlight moments, or 3 in fact. Off topic, with Into the Light they bring back like armory weapons and the recluse. Oh, blast furnace, yes, fuck yeah. I mean, yay, I guess. I don't know if I'm still gonna use it because the strand weapon I'm using is pretty strong. I don't know if the blast furnace still... You know, the fun thing about the blast furnace was the range. And at the current game modes we play, we don't need the range of that, really. So... I got excited for that, but I don't know. Maybe it's a few years too late, you know. Especially at the evening of Destiny 2's life for me. Like, I'm gonna stop playing Destiny 2 with the end of the final shape and, you know, the season pass. But it's nice to see it back for sure, yeah. I agree. The first one happened during that horrible scuffle between Ash and I, when I tried to enact my horrifying plan to trap them. I think the light turned on after Ash had told me about how their ex made them feel. It actually made me realize that I wasn't wrong for having such a warped perspective and treating people so abusively. I saw the truth that night, and I guess it proves that I'm not all bad. The second headlights moment. Well, I have committed to trying to change, even if it hasn't been really successful so far. Ash says they can see my determination. And I did read this book. The author says that counts, right? I'm harnessing what resources I can to help myself. That's hopeful. And last week in the park, that was actually a big lights on moment. I actually managed to squash my jealousy when Ash chatted and smiled with that guy. Not only that, but I then went to insist that they leave me for someone else if they weren't happy. And that's the most fantastically ridiculous part. Who'd ever thought I'd say something like that? Not me. Doesn't all of that illuminate the exit for me? I feel like they all align with what this author's talking about. I really do feel hopeless most of the time. But those 3 things seem to hint at the idea that I'm capable of improving. That there's hope even in those dark in-between moments. I cannot really say that I fully believe that yet. But I guess my tunnel probably does have an exit, so I'll have to try and maintain the faith that one day I can reach it. You know what, that part was really sweet. That part was really, really sweet. Yeah, okay. I sip my morning coffee as I log into the system. Work has just begun, and everyone still has sleepy expressions as usual. However, we are nudged out of our drowsiness by a voice calling across the room.
Now then.
Good morning, everyone. Can I have your attention over here for a moment before you all get started? We're getting fired now, huh? Oh, is this what I think it is?
Ah.
A very good point has been raised to me recently, and I've decided to take action. It is important that everyone at this company feels comfortable with each other, and that you can all get along as well as you work as a team. So in the spirit of strengthening interpersonal relationships in the office, I've organized several events to bring you all together. It's also a reward for your positive efforts. Everyone glances excitedly between each other, and I grin to myself.
All right.
For your section, I've arranged a day trip to a health and beauty spa on the outskirts of the city. Okay. You'll be able to take full advantage of all their services and enjoy some well-deserved downtime. This is gonna be a fucking hellhole for our main character here. And enjoy some well-deserved downtime. Hopefully, you'll have the opportunity to become closer as a team too. The glances turn into energetic whispers at the news. Everyone seems super hyped for it.
Good job.
The trip will take place this Saturday. Dude, give us some time to, you know? Please stop being psycho, you know I can't. Hey Gooch, good day to you. Oh, damn. I'll be sending an email out with all the details, so just reply to that if you want to opt in. I'll let you get on with your day. I hope the break does you all a world of good. He nods with his usual professional air, but as he turns to leave, he meets my eyes and shoots me a quick smile. Knowing exactly why he did it, I shoot one back. He emits a satisfied chuckle before striding away. Much love, Gooch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I mean, you know, I health stuff as usual. Like my back is still struggling, but I'm fine overall. I think it could be way worse. Like I could be a psycho trying to burn my partner to a crisp or something. So that's fine. I hope you're fine, mate. Happy Friday to you. I'd known this was coming. I'm the only person in our section that knew, and I've been keeping it secret for a few days. We all sit back down at our desks and naturally, all everyone can talk about is the spa trip. They're all thrilled and I'm glad. It's what the boss and I had hoped for. I carry on opening my files, keeping half an ear on the lively conversations around me. It is nice to hear some enthusiasm in the office for a change. Work has been grinding you to the ground, but good otherwise. I mean, work is work, so it's always a pain in the arse, right? At one point, I hear Ash excuse themselves from the chatter. I look across the room at them, and they catch my eye. We share a small smile, and then, to my surprise, they make a detour to my desk.
Wow.
That was a surprise. I've never been to a spa before, but I'd kinda like to try it out, actually. Oh, that's a relief. I was worried that it wouldn't be Ash's type of thing.
Hey,
What about you? Are you into the idea? Yeah, but our management team is making really sketchy decisions. To try to save money, it's just making all our lives hell. Oh god, it's so fucking annoying when that happens. This is usually the time where I stop working for them. To be fair, I haven't worked in a while because health, but it's you know what I mean. Like, this is not worth my sanity. Non-existent sanity, I should say. I can tell you a secret about that. I say this with a sense of over-exaggerated mystery, beckoning them to come closer. Bemused, they lean in as I murmur quickly. We knew my office was going to be closed and it chose to give us 1 week notice that it was closing instead of a few weeks to plan to get stuff out. 1 week? Are you for fucking real? Oh, fuck this. Fuck those guys. What the hell? I actually came up with the whole thing.
huh?
You did? You mean you asked the boss if you could go? Yeah, basically pointed out that the team building day might be a good idea, and he agreed. We hardly ever do stuff like that here, so he thought that it would be good for company morale.
Oh, okay.
It was nice of you to suggest it. Does anyone else know you were involved? Nope. Just the boss and you. Sneaky.
That's...
Oh, I cut them off. That's sad. We grin at each other.
well...
I guess we'd better get on with some work. I'm looking forward to going though. It will be nice to visit a place like that with you and the others. Announced closing on Thursday or Friday, and then we had to be in the following Wednesday to clear it out, and the doors were locked on Friday. What the actual fuck, dude? This is so wild to me. Holy shit. They smile as they start to walk away, but I hurriedly usher them back. Actually, there's something else. They shuffle back over, puzzled. I'm not actually going. Oh, damn, are you actually? Oh, dude, holy shit. As I expected, their mouth forms a perfectly perplexed O shape. Oh, don't O at me again.
What?
Why not? If it was your idea. Okay, time to reveal the real secret. Will you sit down for a minute? This is kind of between us. Okay, you know what? This is where we're gonna take another break. We're gonna go for another hour. So, don't tell anyone. We're gonna go for another hour. I will see you all in 3 to 5. Have a break with me, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna fix that all for the next stream then. I need to redo the whole thing then, but that's fine. No, John will step on nobody. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the new entry in our streamer highlight reel. I really enjoy watching him, and the clips are funny, so yeah, that's about it. Let's move on. Will you sit down for a minute? This is kinda between us. They dash across the room and roll their own chair up to my desk. So, I guess I've been reflecting a lot recently on everything. My self-improvement, the discussions we've had, and the things I learned from the book. I kinda acknowledge that there's some hope for me, and I wanted to come up with a way to challenge that positively. Prove to myself and you that I can make progress. The Jedi clip made you giggle. Which one? I think there's multiple, I think. I suggested the spa trip to the boss so that everyone could go and have a great time together, without me. It would give you a chance to enjoy something you don't normally get to do, and carry on becoming better friends with everyone. Plus, you deserve a treat. Oh, the diving off the cliff with the thing, yeah, that was hilarious. That was one of the first ones I saw when I was looking for his new clips. My face grows red. And obviously, it'd give me another chance to actually learn to be okay with you spending time with others away from me. Hopefully, I can redeem myself from what happened last time. Ash seems taken aback, and I give them a moment to comprehend what I've said. It is pretty bold of me, but I just want to start making real progress.
That's not...
You don't need to go such lengths, though. Well, everyone here deserves a mini vacation. Plus, no one else knows I was behind it, so it's cool. It's not really about me.
No. I think so.
It is about you, and it's really promising. Grocery shopping, I love that you went to such an effort to create an opportunity for growth and improvement, and that you did it with such a nice gesture for everyone. I really admire that. Their face glows with approval, and it makes my chest tingle. I'm so glad they see my determination. Well, don't praise me yet. I haven't overcome the challenge yet. If I manage it, maybe I'll accept a compliment. I smirk and Ash giggles quietly.
You're awesome.
You already deserve a compliment. Only a good person would do something like this. For the first time since that awful night, Ash leans in and hugs me. It's only brief and not super intimate, but it totally bowls me over. They smile bashfully at me, before growing serious again.
Can I ask...
I do want to ask though. Aren't you worried about me being in that kind of environment with other people? It's a spa, so we'll be, you know, wearing swimsuits and getting massages and stuff. Oh god. Trust me, I've already run that lovely scenario through my mind about 1,000,000 times. I'm definitely worried. Thanks for the reminder. By the way, if you hear a doorbell, I have to leave for a second because something is arriving for me today. So, I gotta check that later. Anyhow. I don't want to be that asshole who basically says, no, you're not allowed to wear a swimsuit in front of anyone but me. But of course, that kind of thing is on my mind. I'm not sure whether admitting it or it would just enable my toxic space though. Maybe I should aim to be more positive instead. Okay, we need to save again. That's interesting. Let's do it here. We're gonna confess our fears because we said we're gonna do that. Well, I don't want to lie to you. The thought is really freaking me out. I feel awful for saying it. I've pictured it all more times than I can count, but I'm trying to not get annoyed with myself for it. Oh yeah, I'm super mysterious, Goldine. I know that all that stuff is part of your trip, so I'm just gonna try and accept it as part of this challenge. I'm not looking forward to it all, but I can't keep Ash on a leash like I did with my exes. I feel a bit disgruntled, but Ash seems quite touched.
This is great.
That's really a really great way of tackling it. I think you just feel worse if you try to ignore what you're worried about. Trying to acknowledge and accept it instead seems more likely to help. Plus, you're showing yourself some compassion that way, right? That's awesome. Comforting yourself instead of punishing yourself is a really strong thing. I guess it is. Maybe I'm finally starting to get an idea how to deal with this stuff. That's nice to think about. Thanks, Ash. I'll do my best. Ash nods, standing up and grabbing the back of their seat. Yeah, we'd better stop yapping and start working.
It's alright.
I know this is gonna feel difficult for you, so we can chat about it the night before if you want. Just try to soothe some of your worries. I'd like that, thanks. We gaze at each other with a mixture of tension and unity. This trip will cause us both a fair amount of uncertainty, but I'm really hoping we can get through the other side in a positive way. Anyway, go get set up, you're gonna have a great time at the spa, so just think about that for now. Ash's smile widens a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, talk to you later. They head back to their desk and I stare at my computer screen distractedly. This is gonna be rough, but the wheels are in motion and I'm gonna attempt to roll with them. Friday. The early evening glow bathes me and Ash as we stroll through the city streets. When work has finished, everyone had barreled out of the office in high spirits, chattering happily about tomorrow's spa trip. I'd made up a pre-rehearsed excuse pretending that spas really weren't my kind of thing, and wishing everyone else a good time. They jokingly ripped me for being a bad sport, but then let it go, thankfully. Although Sean had promised to bring me back a jar of jacuzzi water, so I could experience the chill vibes for myself. Okay, that's funny. Note to self, wear a waterproof jacket on Monday morning. Once everyone had started heading home, Ash and I had decided to take a short walk around the city center. Just the two of us. It'll give us a chance to go over our thoughts about tomorrow. Ash is currently filling me in on the trip schedule, having received it in the boss's mail. All the activities they could be doing, how long they will be there, stuff like that. There's definitely a hint of eagerness in their voice, so I can tell that they are looking forward to it a lot, despite there being a challenge involved.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I don't think I'll do all the activities. Some of them aren't really my style. I give the swimming, jacuzzi and massage a go though. Maybe I'll get a pedicure too. I nod, glad that they're able to try out plenty of new things.
Oh.
By the way, I hope it isn't... They pause for a second, seeming suddenly regretful.
Well...
You know, hearing about all this might not make you feel great. Sorry if it's too much. No, it's fine. Not bad in good sides, I guess. Maybe having a stronger idea of what they all be doing together will help my paranoia feel slightly more in control. And less likely to flare up.
Oh.
There was something else I wanted to tell you too. I bought a new swimsuit, especially for the occasion. I thought you should know what it looks like so you're not worried about me walking around half naked. They dig into their pockets, pulling out their phone and showing me a picture of the swimsuit.
Right.
See? You know, I don't exactly love showing off my body anyway, so it's not skimpy. The shorts almost go down to my knees and the top only... Don't worry about this, okay? I interrupt guiltily. You don't need to explain what you're gonna wear. It's none of my business and you should feel free to just wear it without being scared of what I think of it. Ash grunts to a halt on the sidewalk, gazing at me with surprise. Seriously, you don't owe me anything. I've been a big enough piece of shit as it is. I've got to deal with myself and let you enjoy your life. My self-loathing is pricking at my mind, but I stand by what I've said. My insecurity might want to know every detail, but my common sense doesn't.
Oh,
Their gaze turns fond as they look at me.
thanks a lot.
That's really good of you to say. Thanks. They reach over, squeezing my hand. My insides melt happily. We start walking again, remaining hand in hand. So, how are you feeling about it? Do you think it'll go any better than last time? I want to say yes, but obviously it's hard to tell. This isn't about me. How are you feeling? Do you think you'll be able to have fun with everyone, especially knowing that I might be, well, being me? I almost feel like I shouldn't have brought it up. I don't want Ash to waste their trip worrying about me the whole time. Well, of course I'll be thinking about you. But I know how important this is for both of us. We gotta focus on our own goals, right? I nod, glad that their aim to be more outgoing is still a priority for them.
It's fine.
I'll be okay, I just hope you will be too. You and I both. We share a determined look, and then Ash turns to me, coming to a stop again.
Hey,
I don't like to bail on you so soon, but I'd better get home so I can pack my bag and stuff. No worries, do what you need to do. How about I text you in the morning to let you know when we're setting off? Sure, sounds good.
okay.
They grow pensive, chewing their lip and organizing over how to word what they want to say.
I'm sorry.
If this is an awful thing to say right now, but I want to be honest with you. Uh-oh, this seems big.
I just feel like...
Since this is such a huge deal for us, and you're challenging yourself again, I kind of feel like this should be... Yes, Quirm in place, seeming really reluctant to finish the sentence. Is it that bad?
If you want the truth.
I think I'd like to use this as my deciding factor, you know, about our future. Oh.
You know...
If this goes better than last time, that it'll prove to both of us that there's a positive future ahead of us. But if it doesn't... I feel like a coffin lid has been nailed over me, damning me to an eternity in darkness. I get what you're saying. Ash will leave me if I don't come through for them on this. That's pretty much certain now. I'm sorry. Don't be, it's your choice. I feel like my whole universe is falling on itself. But they shouldn't have to apologize.
That's not...
Let's not think about that right now, okay? That's not relevant until tomorrow night. Right now, all we gotta do is focus on the trip. Right. The two of us frown grimly, as though a black cloud has formed around us. I don't want us to part like this, especially since Ash is meant to be enjoying themselves on this trip. Hey, it's alright. I puff my chest out, trying to inject some brightness into my voice. You're right, that's not important yet. Let's just face tomorrow first. Ash nods, straightening up and following my lead.
Yeah.
Thanks for understanding. We embrace each other, and I hold onto every shred of bliss it gives me while I can.
Right.
I'll text you in the morning. Sure thing, have a brilliant time tomorrow.
Sure.
I will. We linger for a few more seconds, our fingers intertwined. Then Ash smiles hopefully at me before slipping out of my grasp. Honesty is painful, but it's for a good reason. Okay, they're working, they're working. ... I should probably have gotten out of bed by now, but I'm craving the warmth and comfort of staying under the covers. It's Saturday. Ash had texted me this morning as promised, letting me know that everyone had picked up in a minibus that the boss had hired to take them to the spa. I'd wished them a wonderful day, and I truly meant it. This second attempt at overcoming my paranoia feels so much more monumental than it first had, and I know exactly why. Ash will let the outcome of today decide whether our relationship will continue or not. I almost like the pressure of it, because it's motivating me to try harder. It's also super terrifying at the same time though. I'm just trying to stay calm. There's one other thought that keeps cropping up my mind though. If I don't manage to do this and Ash ends things between us... Yeah, he's gonna do shit again. 100% of the time, yeah. If I don't manage to do this and Ash ends things between us, I feel as though the exit to the tunnel will disappear forever. I've learned various things and tried to develop a more balanced outlook since the last time I tried to do this. If I screw up again, then it'll only tell me that I really am hopeless. Nerves cackle like electricity in my stomach. I shouldn't think about that right now. It hasn't reached that point yet. And hopefully, it never will. Nope, not that one either. Ugh, this is pointless. I managed to pull myself out of bed a while ago, but after getting ready, I've just gone straight back to feeling blah. I thought I'd pick a TV show or movie series to binge as a distraction, but my indifference has struck again big time. All I've done for the past 20 minutes is browse through my DVD collection over and over, throwing each disc aside. Standing up, I paced the room restlessly. It's weird. I'm really on edge and yet lethargic at the same time, like a jarring blend of depression and terror. Well, I feel like a bit of an idiot for walking in circles, so I flop down on the couch. Maybe I should do something else instead. A few minutes trickle by uneventfully, and then I throw myself back onto the floor, searching through the DVDs again. There must be something that'll take my mind off things. In the end, a vicious cycle forms. I repeat the same damn routine multiple times, giving up on movies, pacing around, sitting down, playing on my phone, then getting up and looking for a movie again. After a while, I start to feel like a record stuck on loop, unable to break out. What am I doing? Am I really this useless when I'm scared about what might be happening behind my back? I wonder what Ash is up to. No, don't go there. Come on, you're better than this. This is your day of work too, enjoy it. Take something fun and chill out. I'd forced myself to choose a TV show, but the distraction hadn't lasted very long. When the first episode had ended, I'd suddenly sprung up off the couch in a frenzy, as though I'd remembered that I was late for something. Then I realized it was just my paranoia kicking in dramatically as soon as the credits rolled. Pathetic. Feeling too antsy to watch another episode straight away, I decided to make lunch instead. Hopefully, eating something will steady me a little. I try to lose myself in the task of constructing an epic sandwich. Searching the fridge, I throw in everything that I can get away with. What else do I have? Oh, let's melt some cheese on top. This is gonna be good. I put the top slice of bread under the grill with some grated cheese, and then rummage through the cupboard. I'll have this and some of these. Wait. You cannot put meat, cheese, salad, salted crackers, pizza sauce, and peanut butter on the same sandwich. Damn it. I cannot think properly at all. Slamming everything down on the counter and flicking the grill off, I lean against the table shakily. Funny sandwich concoctions aside, I'm really starting to struggle here. I think I've made it further than last time without totally freaking out, but it doesn't feel like a victory. The longer I go, the more paranoid I become. I just don't like what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Ash surrounded by our workmates in the jacuzzi, all wearing basically nothing, checking out their body and making approving comments. No, that is not happening. I have to trust that it's not happening. It feels impossible though. Okay, I need to do something, quick. I'm starting to lose it, Alright, what if I did something that reminded me of Ash? Something that we'd do together if they were here. That way maybe I could fool my overactive brain into feeling like we are together and it'll shut up. There's an obvious answer here. Romance movies. I don't think I own any rom-coms though. I guess I could rent one online or... Wait, what's that on cinema? That might work even better. Being in the same place Ash and I have visited before, doing the same type of activity. That's a double whammy. I'm bound to feel closer to Ash if I do that, right? Snatching up my phone, I check the movies showing today. Action, thriller, children's animation. There we go. There's a movie showing in an hour about a couple who falls in love during the war and try to find each other again after the guy gets sent off to become a soldier. The review says it's very emotional and romantic. That's perfect. Ash would wanna see that, right? Okay, plan acquired. I'll eat the sandwich without the dumb ingredients and get going. This was a great idea. I'm about an hour into the movie and I'm actually enjoying it. It felt super weird coming here by myself. At first, it had only emphasized my lonely, anxious situation. However, things started to change once the film began. For the first 15 minutes or so, I'd struggled to focus on it. My mind was still stuck on Ash and what they could be doing. There was a gas stove in the kitchen. You think so? The more I watched though, the more I started to see little flecks of Ash in the movie's characters. The reviewers were right, the couple are so dedicated to each other. There's an air of tragedy, but it's constantly interlaced with a strong sense of love and devotion. The little romantic gestures they do, and the way neither of them give up on the idea that they'll be together again one day, it all screams Ash. After a while, I actually start to forget about the spa trip. The dude is so insane, Candy. I mean, I can relate with jealousy up until a certain level. I have it way more under control than this guy, though. I get butterflies picturing the couple of Ash and myself, filled with yearning to make that beautiful love story a reality. If I can get through this day, then it'll set up our whole future, and we can make it wonderful. You know, the only thing that he doesn't, think about is that there will be other situations like this, where Ash will be around other people and he's not gonna be there, and it's not a thing he should do to just freak out every fucking time. He needs to work on that, and not just picture, yeah, it's a one and done thing. That's not a thing. Oh man, am I actually crying right now? Tears are forming in my eyes. I just love Ash so much. I want to be like this guy in the movie. Totally sure that our feelings for each other will never fade, no matter what. Suddenly, a noise hits the air, coming from a few rows ahead of me. Someone snorts with a disdainful laughter at the screen. Oh yeah, as if people actually do shit like this. Hey, shut up, asshole. We're trying to enjoy a movie here. Oh god, he's gonna kill that random dude, huh? I put my attention back on the screen, but somehow my mind is stuck on that sarcastic comment. I get it. Movies are overblown. Maybe it wouldn't be exactly play out like this if this scenario happened in real life, but it's still... No, actually, he has a point. Real life is not like the movies. Oh, shit. Murder. We all do this, right? We watch movies and raise our standards to their level, and then real life always disappoints us because it cannot match up to what we hoped it could be. The impossible happy endings that unfold in fiction, they are not realistic. That's... Now my mood is well and truly spoiled, and I feel like I'm kidding myself. I'm imagining Ash and I as the perfect couple, when in actual fact, we are nothing like this. I don't trust them yet, and they are very unsure about me in return. We're not gonna have a fairy tale ending based on that. How likely is it that we'll actually have to be able to figure this out and stay together? Ash says they still have patience, but it cannot last forever. Feeling suddenly panicked, I breathe heavily. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't want to be without Ash, I need them back. Realizing that I'm starting to hyperventilate, I leap out of my seat and skitter out into the foyer. I run until I'm almost at the entrance, slowing down and leaning on my knees to catch my breath. This is not good. I can feel my control slipping away with every second that passes. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Ash, please just come back to me. Don't be shining like this beautiful star that you are and attracting everyone to your glow. Before I can stop myself, I've wrenched my phone out of my pocket and brought up Ash's number. My thumb hovers over the call button, but my sensible side has just enough power left to interrupt me. Don't do it! They're counting on you to stay away. This is your last chance, remember? I hate myself for wanting to spoil their day and tear them away from their fun to fuel my own desperate need for reassurance. The pull is so powerful and hypnotic, though. I almost cannot think about anything else. I might lose them for good, but at the same time, I need to talk to them. Let me out of this mental cage. Okay, guys. We're gonna make that call. Because last time they wanted us to, if the struggle was real, that we texted them, making sure stuff is happening. So, we're gonna make the call now. I think this is, reasonable, maybe. I don't know. Oh, damn it. I cannot resist. Passing my entire existence, I hit the call button. With every ring, my nerves and fear increase. I'm dreading Ash's reaction, but I'm unable to stop myself. Better get your fire extinguisher out. The ringing stops. For a second, I think it's because the call is going to voicemail, but then...
Huh?
I feel as though I've swallowed something incredibly cold. My insides jolt with shock and terror at what this conversation might trigger. I just... Ash?
What's going on?
Are you okay? What's going on? I can hear a strong sense of disappointment in their voice, like I'd predicted. I'm really sorry, Ash. I know I shouldn't interrupt. You just said last time that I should have told you I was having a crisis. That's right, I've just remembered it. After the cafe incident, they said they'd rather I'd been honest and communicated my paranoia if I was really struggling. I'm doing that now. It's okay, right? Don't worry, this isn't a repeat of last time. I'm not on my way to find you or anything. I add the fact quickly, adding to reassure them. I won't be making that mistake again. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. They sound very worried and unsure, and I feel awful for putting this on them.
What is it?
Where are you then? Are you safe? Yes, I have to take a deep breath to calm myself down enough to speak properly. I came to the cinema to watch a movie, but I ended up getting panicked and bailing partway through. It was a romance movie. I thought it would remind me of you, and it did in a nice way at first, but then it got too much. I feel my face burn with shame as I confess my weakness. This is not fucking weakness, dude. Oh, okay. I know I must be such a letdown right now. I really tried not to call you, I swear. I really needed to hear your voice for a moment. I wince, bracing myself for an annoyed reply. This is exactly the kind of distraction Ash does not need. The line is silent for a few horribly tense seconds. All I can hear is the distant noises of the busy spa in the background. Ash, please don't be as furious with me as I think you are.
Can you just...
Can you hold on a sec? Oh, okay. I hear shuffling, and then the noises gradually disappear. The only sound I can pick up now is pattering footsteps and a door opening and closing. Then a calmer hush falls over the line. Okay, I've left the room. I was getting a pedicure, but they can finish it afterwards. Oh no, don't let me drag you away.
It's alright.
The others can do without me for a few minutes. I'm wrecked with guilt, but somehow I feel like Ash's anxiety is flagged with a sense of patience.
Hey,
What's going on? Do we feel like you're spiraling? Before I can stop them, huge tears begin to crawl down my cheeks. Yeah, I'm sorry.
listen.
Just tell me what you're feeling. The tone is a little sharper when they say this, so I hurry to obey. I describe how wonderful it felt when I first started watching the movie, thinking about us as that dream couple. Then I share how the idiot in the front of me had caused my perspective to switch with his dumb comment and the pessimistic freakout I had in response. The longer I speak, the faster I ramble, until I sound like I'm having a nervous breakdown. I just cannot stop focusing on what feels inevitable. Life isn't perfect, is it? I'm just convinced that you'll leave me for someone better, and honestly, I wouldn't even be mad at you. I practically shove myself into the corner of the lobby so that no one can see me sobbing. I told you before, I want you to leave if I'm hurting you too much, because there's nothing more important to me than your happiness. It's only right that you put yourself first. But the thought is still so heartbreaking for me. I love you, Ash. I'd do anything for you. It makes so terrified, thinking that everything I can give might not be enough, that I'll never become a good enough person to truly deserve your love. My anguish pricks at my insides like thorns, and I almost want to die. I didn't know it was possible to feel this much pain and still be alive. So I didn't call because I wanted to check up on you or anything. I did it because I wanted to be closer to you for a second, in case I never get the chance again. This is the most honest I've ever been with anyone in my life. I wouldn't blame Ash if they broke up with me after hearing all that, even though it's what I fear the most. It must be exhausting to constantly deal with my insecurities like that. A long drawn-out sigh rushes down the phone. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, they've had enough of me. I'm ready. Just let me down as gently as possible.
Can I ask
Can I ask you something? Of course.
For real?
Did you really mean it when you said this call wasn't to check up on me? I'm not trying to point fingers, it's just surprising, considering last time. I get it. My track record speaks against me. Yeah, I did. I was freaking out early on, trying to picture what you were doing with everyone, but I got over that part. It's not about that. It's not important that I know. You can do whatever you want. I actually mean that. Ash is not a cheater. They wouldn't do anything inappropriate behind my back. I genuinely know this now. Another silence. I hate silences. Makes it impossible to tell what they're thinking. When they do speak up again, they sound a lot more businesslike. Like though they reach a conclusion about something. Look, we've only got one more thing to do here at the spa before we leave. Then the minibus will drop us all off at home. I want you to go home yourself, okay? Right now. Just stay there and wait. I'm gonna finish this trip, and when I get home I will call you. We need to have a more in-depth talk about our relationship, and now's not the time nor the place. Just get the train home, and I'll call you in a couple of hours or so. I'll need to get everything straight in my head first, but yeah. I think I know what I want to say. Why does this suddenly seem so foreboding? Ash is calm but firm, sounding more full of authority than I've ever heard them. Is it a good conclusion they've arrived at, or am I 2 hours away from a breakup?
Hey,
Can you do that? Yeah, sorry, I'll go to the station now.
okay.
Don't call or text me in the meantime, okay? Yeah. Don't call? That's not a good sign. Okay.
Bye.
Lost cause, huh? I mean... Alright, talk to you later. The line goes dead, and I'm struck with the biggest sense of conflict I've ever felt. What does this mean? I don't know what's gonna happen in 2 hours, but somehow I'm terrified. I done as Ash asked, taking the next train home and shaking with fear all the way. Since I got here, all I've done is sit on the couch for who knows how long, clutching my phone in my hand and catastrophizing in my head. I wish Ash would hurry up and call, but at the same time I'm dreading it so badly. Okay, so what I think is happening here is Ash is arriving at his home then. At the main character's home, and they're taking out, they're talking it out. Like, this would be a good big end conclusion if it would be a good ending-ish. Okay, take care, Jules. Good lurking, good shopping. Bring something for me, thank you. I want to be put out of my misery, but every minute that passes without the phone ringing is another minute that I can say I've spent as Ash's partner. And no amount of minutes feels like enough. The sun begins to set, but its cheerful glint is lost on me as I sit here in terror. The clock ticks and ticks and... Shit. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. I never get visitors here. Who the hell's at my house? Gripping my phone tightly, I stride suspiciously into the hall toward the front door. I take a peek through the frosted glass pane, but can't quite make out the figure on the other side. Huffing in annoyance, I unlock the door and swing it open. Whoever it is, better hurry up with whatever they want, so I don't miss Ash's call. ... There they are. Oh?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for the sudden appearance. I kinda felt like I'd rather have this discussion in person. Oh god, so I'm gonna get dumped face to face. I see. We hesitate in the open doorway. I want to invite them in, but I've momentarily lost the ability to speak. I'm so nervous. I glance back up at Ash, expecting a tense, regretful look in response as they prepare to let me go. However, as we lock eyes, their expressions shift and... Is that a tiny smile? Oh, are you?
It's alright.
It's okay. They reach forward, taking both my hands in their own. They feel warm and soft, probably from all the spa treatments.
Listen.
Just don't say anything. They psych themselves up for whatever they are about to do. Just like on the phone. I cannot read the situation at all.
Well...
So... I took the time to think about everything. I needed space to really find out what I believe is right in my heart. And I think I know what it is now. So they're certain about whatever they are about to tell me.
I
I know you called me at the spa like we'd hoped you wouldn't, but I don't consider it a betrayal of what I'd asked of you. You don't?
No.
You tried to squash your feelings during the cafe trip, and it only made you blow up even worse. I said I'd rather you just contacted me briefly, right? That way we could calm your fears together, and then I could get back to my day without anything being spoiled. You listened this time, didn't you? I guess I did. I didn't storm over the spa and confront anyone. I didn't internalize my paranoia until it exploded. I communicated honestly, and it caused slightly less of a scene. Am I really getting better? I nod slowly, and Ash squeezes my hands.
Yeah.
Things were easier today. Sure, you took me away from what I was doing for a few minutes, but you were able to be honest with me, and we smoothed things out enough that you could let me finish my trip. You kinda did it, Cryptid. You gave me freedom and proved that you don't have to listen to what your toxic mindset tells you. I don't exactly feel victorious, but maybe Ash is right.
You know.
You also told me something kinda awesome on the phone. You said you weren't worried about me cheating on you. That's not something I expected from you, given how you've been before. Yeah, I know, but yeah, I'm not worried about that. I may be terrified of losing Ash to someone better, but it's not through Ash cheating. I'm convinced that it's not a possibility now.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's huge for you, right? You are improving. You can trust me to not deceive you, don't you? Well, yes. I can actually say that out loud for the first time in my life, and I mean it wholeheartedly. Yeah, I trust you. I raise my head again, and we gaze at each other in revelation. Ash's mouth curves into a beautiful smile, and I feel my chest fluttering at the change in my own outlook. I'm capable of trust. This is unreal.
I think so.
This is why I don't consider what happened today to be a betrayal on your part. You didn't break any promises, and you weren't manipulative or controlling like you've been in the past. I hate this word so fucking much. As someone who doesn't have English as the first language, this is a fucking mess. I've been thinking about all of this on the way home. When I look at it all together, the big picture, a smile widens and they step a little closer to me.
Yeah.
I realize that it really is there. The hope for our future that I've been holding on to. Ash, you really mean that?
This is...
Things have been a mess between us, and most people would have left a long time ago. They laugh airily, their shoulders bouncing.
But
I'm not most people. I wanted to have patience, and in the end, it paid off. The open door and the world outside seem to fall away, and all I can see is Ash. Is this really happening?
Definitely.
You've worked hard to improve yourself, and it's starting to take effect. You trusted my loyalty to you. You managed to let me do something you were anxious about without interfering. You've started opening up about your feelings, instead of hiding them until they create a disaster. You're making progress on everything I hoped you would. It was hard to see at first, with all the ups and downs we've had. You're telling me I still feel like an asshole even now.
This is great.
But it's there. I was right to have faith in you. You have made me feel as though the positive future I wanted for us is possible after all. I cannot believe this. Are you sure? An adorable euphoric giggle bursts out of them, as though a massive weight has been lifted from their shoulders. Finally, after so much uncertainty, I am sure. The butterflies in my stomach swarm more powerfully than ever, and I feel like I've been teleported into a fantasy. As I stand there gazing at Ash's happy face, the weight starts to fall from me too. It's gotta be alright, isn't it? Part of me can't believe that Ash would ever choose to commit to me, considering the horrors I've put them through. I've manipulated them, lied to them, disrespected them, attacked them. But I'm not that person anymore, am I? I'm changing for the better. I'm proving that I can take responsibility and make amends. For the first time in this conversation, a light turns on in my head. Not a small glow, but a blinding, glorious glare that illuminates the tunnel. And there it is, the exit. It's right in front of me. My body jolts and I realize that it's because I've let out a sudden shocked breath of relief and awe. I don't need to pray for the headlights to come on, do I? Why? Ash and I are the headlights. Ash. We stare at each other breathlessly, laughing and beaming from ear to ear. Ash's eyes are full of affection, as though they had everything that just went through my mind.
Hey,
I feel like I should say something. You said it to me on the phone, and I think now's the perfect time for me to say it back. My mind is so overwhelmed by now that I can't remember half of what I even said back then. I simply nod eagerly, waiting for Ash to remind me of whatever it is. Their lips part and a huge blush colors their cheeks. Spellbound, I feel certain that whatever they are about to say is forged from the deepest truth. Aww. Achievement unlocked, the goodness within you. Make up with Ash. I love you too. Sweet. That's a nice picture. ... And then the house burned down and everyone died. Oh, okay. An incredible bliss fills every cell in my body. And I instinctively close my eyes as Ash presses their lips to mine. My wish came true. The relationship that would put all of my previous heartbreak to rest for the good. The positive influence that would teach me to become a better person once and for all. The happy future that I wanted more than anything else in the world. It's mine. It is ours. And it feels indescribable. I kiss Ash back firmly, reveling in their closeness and the scent of their hair. We stay like that for a long time, kissing between ecstatic giggles. It's a massive relief to both of us. That all of that uncertainty and torture between us is finally over. Now we can step into whatever lies ahead as one, and as long as we are always honest and truthful, then there's nothing that we cannot overcome. At last, the kiss ends, but we don't withdraw from each other. Ash stays on their tiptoes, caressing my face with their own cheek as though they cannot get close enough to me.
you know...
You didn't catch the rest of the movie, did you? Wanna turn the bad memory into a good one and watch it together? Oh, that's sweet. I thought of that before, but I have a different answer now. Nah, it's okay. I don't care about other people's love stories. I'm tighten around their waist. I'm more excited about our movie. They giggle at my cheesy line and their breath tickles my skin. I heave a contented sigh. I feel like the luckiest person in the world, and somehow I think my old paranoia will start to lose its grip on me now. I'm leaving it behind in this tunnel, running through the exit with Ash at my side. And I cannot wait to step into the light. Well, that went well. Good job, Borealis! Everyone clap. Wonderful game. Okay, we completed our playthrough of Ash's Road. We are not gonna go the bad route with them. I don't want to see them getting all that shit done. Yeah, I cannot say enough how much I enjoyed this game. So, if you are into that kind of stuff, visual novel statings, then make sure to check it out. They did a wonderful job. I really liked this game so much. Why did nobody burn to crisp? I mean, you can buy the game and make them burn to crisp if you want. That's still an option. It's not an expensive game. So yeah, wonderful job everyone. This marks the end of this playthrough though. I have decided to not move on with other characters. Thank you, Yasu. I appreciate it. I have decided to not move on with different dating options, simply because visual novels are used to be played on your own, and if you watch a playthrough of that, you know you cannot play it on your own anymore. So we made I made the decision that we just, you know, I just showed off Ash's Road. There's still Malik and Brianna that you all can date and make the thing.
Making me blush.
I'm sorry, I guess. So yeah, overall, wonderful game. So thank you, Borealis Games. This is such a wonderful, sweet game. And I'm really happy that we finished it with a good ending. I will make the dates, I will play the dates on my own time. Because I want to still know what's happening with the other people. I trust you. Ash's good ending achievement unlocked. Very nice. Okay, so yeah. Wonderful game. I'm gonna play this in my own time. because I still want to know what's happening. I know that Brianna's route ends up being on Animal Shelter in the first part, and I really loved that in the demo, and I want to see if that changed somehow. And yeah, I'm still sure that Malik will have the worst background, like, you know, terrible history kind of deal, because he's the going out person, so yeah. Again, if you want to play the game for yourself, this is the Steam link. It is only 14 bucks or something. Really, really fun. I enjoyed my time. Like, one complete route took us, let me see, 9 hours-ish? So, you are in for 27 to 30 hours, I guess. Again, Goldine, play it for yourself if you want to see the world burn. Sometimes you have to do it yourself.